What is going on, Headliner Nation? We have finally made it. We've been talking about the NFL draft for what feels like forever, and we got the whole gang here. We got myself. We got Kyle in-house here in North Carolina. Along with, the lone boners in the house. It's not a draft party unless we got the lone boner here at the draft table. Our boy Taylor, along with the doc, Dr. Ethan Turner, Chris Chouse, and Chris Kennedy, coming to you live for the next, 5 hours?
Several hours.
5 hours or so. What's going to be really interesting, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes here real quick. Kyle doesn't have a chair. So that dude gets to stand for like 5 hours. We're going to slowly watch him melt over this live stream, but we're super excited. Draft about 30 minutes or so before it kicks off. Having a lot of fun. But before we get into all the talk, all the information, we got a butt ton of things to give away tonight. We got a couple items from Manscaped. Pristine Auction has hooked us up. You're going to be able to see some of the upcoming giveaways we have here up on the screen, the layout here on OBS for us to show you what we have coming up, because we have some great things that we're giving. We have a full-size Kenneth Walker helmet. I wanted to keep it. They told me I couldn't. I asked, but we have ourselves a full-size Kenneth Walker helmet. We have it's a Justin Jefferson LSU signed jersey. I mean, another thing, I kind of wanted it. But once again, I'm getting shot down. We got other things as well as a Chris Olave piece. We got a Jackson Smith. Oh, come on, Chouse, help me out.
Najigba.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. We got an item for him as well. We're giving away draft guides. Hit the like button. Every 100 likes, we're giving away draft guides. But Kyle, how does it feel actually being here instead of just being back at home in Indiana?
Headliner HQ, amazing so far. Hanging out down here. It doesn't get any better being in person. We spent basically the entire week so far just talking about where we are going from here. And I tell you, that rocket is lit and it's getting ready to just take off, baby. Yes.
Something is lit. I don't know if it's a rocket or not, but something around here is lit. Casey Sullivan, we see you out there. Appreciate you, Casey. NFL Draft Chris Kennedy Fan Club. Oh, we know that's a lie. We know that Casey and Chris seem to butt heads every once in a while, but you know what?
It's all love. It's all love.
It's all love. That's exactly what I was going to say. We have Don Queese as well. Let's go. Let's get it, Headliner Nation. I bet $10 Willis goes to the Panthers at 6.
Ooh.
Is anybody willing to take that bet?
I don't hate it.
I'll put 100 on the Houston Texans for Malik Willis.
What?
Let's go.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Well,
like real money or
Whoa.
Wow.
Monopoly money?
Monopoly money.
Okay. I was like, wow. I mean, Chouse is just out there just making it rain.
I mean, if it's Monopoly money, then yeah, let's just throw it all out there.
Well, that's something that Don Queese and you Chouse can figure out together. But looking forward to it. Super excited too, because we have Chris Chouse, we have Chris Kennedy. They're here from Headliner U as well. If you haven't checked out Headliner U, there's a link down below in the description. So make sure you subscribe there as well. All the scouting reports for a lot of the names you're going to see tonight are covered there on that show. And real quick, before we get any further in for these giveaways, because I know people are going to start asking, how do you enter in to win these giveaways? There's really one thing. We're going to be picking random people all night long here in the chat. So you don't have to do a whole lot, but you have to make sure that you have a free, what kind of account, Mac?
Free,
a free account signed up through pristineauction.com. There's also a link down below. We want to make sure that we check out their website. Right? They're the reason we get so many things to give away. So we want to make sure that we go over there. And like I said, it doesn't cost you anything. But if you have that free account signed up, you are good to go. So absolutely looking forward
Jake, we got a bunch of new members in here too. I think we got to give some shout outs here real quick.
Do it, Kyle.
Danielle Fielder becoming not a new member, but a member for the 7th consecutive month. Ethan Hunt becoming a member for the 9th consecutive month. Woohoo! We got some more coming up. Terry Gode.
What? Good. Can you not read?
Is it Gode?
It's Terry Good, and he's within earshot of you.
Kyle, how far back?
Okay, so if it wasn't
this
Kyle,
is where we've gone so far.
If it wasn't Kyle mispronouncing a name, would it be a Headliner video?
It would not be.
No.
Because I mispronounce every name all the time.
Now you're officially fancy, Terry. You're Goudet. Goudet.
Well, see, here's the thing. We always do that with all those names where we make them fancy at the end of it, and I was just already in that mindset.
That's right.
I ate some Domino's today.
Domino's.
Domino's.
That's right.
Domino's.
It all depends where you put the little accent.
Yeah.
Right? That's all that matters.
Like instead of Target, it's Target. You know, it just makes it fancy.
I
It's
do
bougie.
call
That's
Target
right.
Target.
What's up,
all
AJ
the time.
Harris?
Bougie.
I mean,
Wuss! Woo! He's in the chat too.
a lot of people in the chat. Hey, we're going to be going back and forth, making sure we're interacting here with the chat as well. So if you got something you want to say, now is the time to say. Is the lone boner going to perform for us tonight?
Hey,
Anna,
baby.
what do you want him to do exactly? I mean, you got to be careful. I mean,
You right,
can you freestyle anything later?
man. Listen,
Late, you don't have to do right.
I keep hot fire, baby, but
Oh,
we'll see.
One
I'm back
person.
in some lights going. You feel?
Oh, you need, yeah, need some,
I
need
need
some,
some
some
likes.
darkness and some light. I got you.
No
I got you.
likes. They get hit the thumbs up, baby.
Well, how many likes is it going to take?
I'll let you decide that. 'Cause
How prepared are you?
man, listen.
The more prepared
Always,
you
baby.
are.
I stay ready, so I had to get ready.
Okay, well there you go. All right. Well, I mean, hey, I can't even tell how many likes we got. How many did we got, Taylor?
Currently we have 63.
Oh, we need at least 100 to give away a draft guide and to have the lone boner spit at least one bar,
Yeah.
maybe two.
And also, can we get some love for Mac wearing the Alonzo Mourning Muggsy Bogues throwback Hornets hat here?
Look at
So,
that.
So-
like, let's go, Nation. Let's get on this.
Should I give him the story to that, Pat?
I mean, if you want to tell him.
So this is, of course, I'm a Kobe fan, but since it's being draft night and everything like that, and we're talking about travesties in the draft, which we might get a few of them tonight, this is one of the most tragic draft moves ever. It's great for me being a Laker fan, but the Charlotte Hornets had Kobe Bryant, picked him at number 13, and they traded him for Vlade Divac. So
Yes, they did.
there you
Still
go.
hurts.
Now,
Still hurts.
somebody we haven't heard from yet. Doc, how you doing, Doc?
Oh, I'm over here just trying to get back in the flow. I was at work, so I was super late. And when you're
Confirmed.
Super late.
In case you're wondering, why did they go live like 2 or 3 minutes late? He's a doctor, okay? Like this is what happened.
If you just seen how fast I was driving home, you would know that I was really booking it to get here on time. My wings are still in my microwave. I didn't even get a chance. I had to be on. Jake was calling me. He never calls.
I don't. I text
Until
you.
I'm at my most desperate. He's like the ex-girlfriend I never knew I needed. He only calls me when I'm at my lowest point, and he knows I'm weak. And so here I am, just wishing I had them wings.
Does somebody need to bring you your wings?
No, my
Can you
wife's
go get
asleep
them,
right
or
now. I didn't even get a chance to
His
close the door to
address
my
is-
studio.
Yeah.
So
Who out there
you
is
know,
willing to
or
help out
office.
Ethan?
someone bring this man wings?
I just need somebody to just drop by my house. Just bring me. I have actually delicious wings. They're just, I just didn't have time to get them here because I literally thought, oh my God, I'm going to hold up the whole show just so that I can say that I was late, which I always am. So Jake will tell you that none of our shows start on time. It's true.
That's 100% true. I mean, I'll say, hey, Ethan, you want to record at 9:30? Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be there.
I'm in there. Yep.
Um,
And at 9:45, Jake's like, dude, are you coming or not? You not coming this
That
time?
kind of sounds like a standard
no,
doctor's
nope,
appointment,
nope,
though,
he's
because
not
your
coming.
appointment is at one time, and then 30 minutes later, oh, the doctor will see you. Just don't worry. No problem at all. We got you.
But
Well,
if
you-
but if Ethan's half a doctor, it should be half the weight.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Interesting.
Ethan, I love you. You know
Shots
that I don't
fired.
mean that.
Wow.
That hurt, Kyle. That hurt me bad.
Words hurt. Words
Ethan,
hurt.
I'm allowed to say it though, because if anyone else says it to you, I get angry with them.
Here's the thing. Bullying isn't cool, Kyle.
Yeah.
Bullying isn't cool.
I'm not bullying you.
Eduardo,
Seems like you're
welcome
bullying.
back to Holding Chubb. Eduardo, we see you out there.
Eduardo!
Buck wants to know if he's late for the Tater Miles reveal. Last time I checked, Tater was out there at the wing station doing nothing but drinking beer and eating wings. Do we see Tater tonight? He's probably going to be drunk before pick 2, if I'm being completely honest. And then I don't know if that's a good idea to put him on the internet. Brian Olmstead, welcome to Holding Chubb. Appreciate you, sir. Now officially a member of Headliner Nation. Andy Garcia, been a member for 8 months. Says, acapella group right here. We need you guys to sing. Andy, listen, boy. Let me tell you something. We're trying to get people to watch us.
I want it that way.
We're trying to get people to watch this stream tonight. If we start singing, people start leaving.
Tell me why.
Oh, dear God.
Facts.
And
I'm
that's-
out,
And that's why our
Right.
viewership just
Yeah.
went down.
and I'm leaving right now. See ya.
Yeah, when we all start leaving, you know it's a problem. I can't even go
Actually,
anywhere. I'm at home. I'm stuck with it.
And I'm
I
here
did
till
just see a
Sunday.
comment from Wendy's McNuggets made a comment that I thought was brilliant. Kyle Standing does look like he's in like a DJ booth. So,
Yes.
Kyle, if you want to, play some tunes, you kind of have that space right now.
You know what? I just dropped a little bar, but we'll wait. When Max starts singing later, I'll come in and perform some backup.
I like it.
Perfect. Well, what do we got? We got about 15 minutes before the draft kicks off. Now, it's something we can talk about here because typically, every single year, we kind of know who's going to go number one. Like, we kind of have a pretty good idea most years. This year, does anybody really know?
Wait,
I think
the wing fairy just arrived.
Wings Wing Fairy?
And just got wings
Just
delivered.
magically appeared.
The wings come in.
Above his head.
He does exist.
If I could marry my wife again right now, I would.
Wow.
Now,
You know what? That's when you look at her and you say, "You're the real MVP."
Yeah.
she's asking if I need a beer too. I mean, seriously. Ladies,
Yes.
take notes.
Tell her to
The
bring
answer
two
is,
so
of course,
she doesn't have
yes.
to come back later.
I actually did get a drink though, so I'm good on the drink stage. But yeah, she just, in case anyone missed it, like, check those babies out. Those are some thick wings.
More than anything,
My boy
else.
Max,
That's like 9 more than Mac Elite.
Right.
I know.
Most importantly, though, I think what we just proved here is that Ethan's wife is real.
It's true.
We've seen pictures, but
We now know that there's another person in that house. that's
Have you
real.
seen
I mean,
pictures? I don't know if you ever have you?
yeah,
We
you
only,
put him on
we only
Twitter.
saw an arm though.
Oh,
We saw a couple that you cropped her out of, but we're not going to talk about that.
what? I don't remember that.
We did just hit 100.
We
Doesn't
got
seem
100
like-
likes.
Let's go, baby.
All right, 100
Yeah.
likes already. So
Boom.
you get a bar or two ready. And then I'm going to pick a random winner right this second in the chat for a 2022 fantasy football draft guide. Now, who out there in the chat, and I'm going to be looking, like literally, I got I don't know what size this is, 47-inch TV screen with nothing but the chat on it. I'm going to be staring directly at it. If you want a free draft guide, tell me right now, and I'm going to blurt out your name very obnoxiously. So go ahead and do that. You can say whatever you want. Just get my attention somehow. You know I have the maturity of like an 8-year-old, so certain things are really going to get my attention. So I'm going to be watching.
and like normal, Jake compensated for how large it actually is.
More than likely. It's probably only 32 inches, but you know what? That's okay. I'm watching. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Don't stop. Get it.
Keep going.
All right, then. How about right here? Let me stop my chat so I can actually read it. We are going to give it to the first winner. Listen, we're giving away draft guides every 100 likes. So as long as people are hitting the like button, we're going to be giving away all night long. We are going to give a 2022 fantasy football draft guide to Sergio Fuentes.
Let's go.
Sergio.
Congratulations.
This is what you got to do, Sergio. Down below in the comment section, it's not really a link, but it's our email address, info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Send it from this account. I'll make sure you are added to the pre-order list for the draft guide.
Nice.
Congrats on that. We'll be giving away tons of draft guides. Looking forward to doing that. Plus, we got some items to give away. Now, when should we give away the first item? What's the first item we're giving away?
What
Taylor?
is that first item?
Do you want to show them what the first item is here on the screen that we're going to be giving away?
Yeah, the first item is going to be this lovely Ohio State football.
What? And do we have any Ohio State fans out there? So there you are. You have the Jackson Smith. Help me out, Chouse.
The jig bug.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why we're a good team right here. A signed Ohio State football. Make sure you have your free account signed up through a Pristine auction using that promo code Headliners, and you are going to be set to go. So make sure you get those accounts set up. Yes, I have to verify them through Pristine auction. I'm sorry, it's not my rules. I'll be sending your information. They'll be shipping it directly to you. So now, I think we let Chris Chouse make the first decision because he's been bailing me out with a name to begin with. Chouse, what do we got to do to give away the first item?
It's a good question. I don't even know, man. Let's go 250 likes. Is that fair?
Okay. 250 likes. It'll be another draft guide. It'll be the first ball or first piece of memorabilia that we're giving away. But Mac, the people are also saying that we hit 100 likes, so they need a couple bars.
They need something.
I mean, don't give too much. If you give too much to start with, they're going to demand more. They are a demanding group.
I think that Kyle should
Give him an appetizer.
Yeah,
Oh Lord!
just like an appetizer.
I can't.
I go acapella.
That's legitimately the worst beat I've ever heard.
Max, that's so bad. I can't even think of anything to go with it.
That's pretty good, Kyle.
If Mac approves, then it can't be that bad.
Well, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Are they ready for?
I mean, just give him I'm talking about give him like the one wing combo. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about like a full size meal.
Sometimes when I flow, it's hard to stop. So let me. I just give him a little something because they call me the maniac psycho. My words are vital. My voice in the speakers is hot and he might blow fast and not slow. The flow of the tempo. Your mark is set, go. My speed like Flojo. I'm running on these rappers like my blood is petrol. They try to battle me, you're a star that's loco. I've been holding back, but it's time I let go. My voice is lethal, on point like a needle. Smooth and classic like a 7-8 Rego. I have no equal, a hip-hop hero. The heart of a lion, bold like an ego. Connect with a track like a train at the depot. These rappers is weak like Shaq at the free throw. That's enough right there.
I mean, I asked for a one-wing combo.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding
right
me?
there.
Get up, man.
I think
was
we should
so
almost
smooth.
we should almost just end the stream. It's been real.
Like,
Done.
It's been real. I don't know if you can really top that very much, but hey,
no.
I mean, if you enjoyed what you got for 100 likes, make sure you hit the like button. Again, got some items to give away as
Here, I
well.
got a good one to add to that 250 likes. Everyone, open up a secondary screen and go hit that subscribe button, a headliner you for us, man. Do that too.
Boom.
Boom.
How many subscribers do you want over there, Chouse?
2,000, and we're going to be giving away a Jay Will jersey.
A Jameson Williams jersey?
Boom.
Wow. There is a link in the description, so make sure you go sub over there. There's just another item we can add to the laundry list of things that we have. But hey, we got about 8.5 minutes before the draft starts. We talked about earlier how we don't know who the number one pick is. Does anybody want to go out on the line and make a prediction of who's going number one? Is it Aiden Hutchinson?
Boom.
Or does all this late draft run change and we see somebody else at the top?
Man, this is the thing that over the last few days has kind of been interesting to me is Walker all of a sudden shooting up to the top of the board, because I get it. I mean, I'm not trying to discredit the man in any way, shape, or form. He's going to be a beast. He's going to play very well at the NFL level. But, like, what has he done that's all of a sudden better than Aiden Hutchinson? What has he done that's all of a sudden better than a Thibodeaux and things of that nature? So to see him take such a sudden rise, that feels like a little bit of a smoke screen to me. So, I mean, if Jacksonville ends up going there number one overall, it catches me off guard a little bit, just because they have Hutchinson there, who's had the production, he's had the gaudy numbers, he's got the physical abilities, he's got the IQ, he's got everything that you want to be a leader on the defense. So, but as a Lions fan, if they go Walker first, that's fine, because then I'm hoping the Lions do take Hutchinson at number 2.
I was just going to say, I do think that with all the hype surrounding Trayvon Walker, I think he does go number 1. And then,
Ooh.
Kyle, like you just mentioned, your Lions get an absolute gift at number 2
Yep.
with my personal number 1 pick in Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I think Hutch is going to be number 1 overall.
I think he should be. Yeah.
Even though Walker has been storming up the boards lately, it's simply because of his QB pressures. And we remember LA Chargers head coach talk about how they value pass rushers, and QB pressures are actually more valuable to him than sacks.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like the Moneyball thing, where everyone's kind of going on the copycat and saying who's got the most QB pressures, because that disrupts everything, adds some extra ability for others on the defensive line. But I still think it's Hutch at 1.
Anybody else have anything different that they feel?
I mean, Hutchinson is probably the safest pick, in my opinion. But I mean,
Yeah.
who's safe? Come on, man. This is the draft, man.
You think something absolutely stupid? It is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, true. They've done some stupid stuff in the past. But Thibodeaux, in my opinion, is probably by far the best overall talent, especially at that position. You know, everybody want to talk about his motor and so on and so forth. I think the man, when it's go time, he's good to go. I would go Thibodeaux.
That kind of rhyme.
I mean,
not even intent. See, now it's just stuck.
Man, it's just.
If I'm the GM of Jacksonville, I'm going Evan Neal at number 1 because you just spent number 1 overall pick last year on Trevor Lawrence. He's your key to the future. They had a year last year that's unforgettable. You've got a new coaching staff and things in place. You've got to protect Trevor Lawrence. You've just given him some weapons to play with too. Give him that time. Give him that ability to stand in the pocket, to make his read. So for me, I'm really wanting Evan Neal at number 1 because I think that's the best just move for Trevor Lawrence. Again, it's not going to be the sexy pick as one of these pass rushers is going to be at the top, but I'll tell you what's sexy when Trevor Lawrence is looking like a first overall pick this next year and not like he did this past season.
Yeah, I mean, I think offensive line is probably the smart play, but when you use the word Jacksonville Jaguars and smart in the same sentence, it's just not
An oxymoron.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, I've been saying for about a year now that I am Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence. Like, I am more of a Zach Wilson guy than I am a Trevor Lawrence guy. Now, we didn't see the progression from Trevor Lawrence like we saw from a Zach Wilson last year. Was Zach Wilson great? No, but at least he progressed. We didn't see that from Trevor Lawrence, and part of the reason is he wasn't getting any protection at all. If that's going to be your future franchise quarterback, which everybody basically believes it is, you have to protect that guy. And if you're not going out there and spending $84 million on Christian Kirk, cool. You got a wide receiver that can stretch the field a little bit and go down the field, but you got nobody to protect Trevor Lawrence and give him time for that route to develop down the field. If that's the case, you're wasting a ton of money in free agency and you're not really getting the benefit from it because Trevor Lawrence is running from his life or he's getting sacked.
Yeah, I think for me, at number 1, if they don't go with one of the top, edge rushers that they want, for me, if they want someone that's going to be able to protect, their franchise quarterback and Trevor Lawrence, it's not the sexiest pick. It's not the most popular pick, but I think Charles Cross is the best pass blocking offensive tackle in this draft class. So if that's where they want to go at number 1, I think they could definitely trade down a few spots, and still get their guy. But it's between whoever they like, between Neal, Cross, Ekwonu, but I think that's a smart play, but they're going to want to go with the sexy pick, and they're going to want to go with an edge rusher that's going to, be able to help out that defense.
Also, what I'd like to see too, and I did this in my last mock draft, was if they do go edge at number 1, their first pick of the second round, try to get back up into the end of the first and get Linderbaum before maybe he goes off. You just lost your center, and again, you come up and you grab him, and then you can reinforce that offensive line right there. That's a big win for Jacksonville if they're able to pull something like that off.
Or even someone like Trevor Penning, if they can trade up back into the first round to get Penning, if he's still there, another great pick. Just shore up that offensive line for sure.
Well, it's funny you bring up Cross because you'd have to trade down. There's no way you're taking him at 1, and nobody's been biting on that the number 1 overall pick from the Jags this year, which is crazy. But they've been trying. I saw the reports earlier today, and nobody's taking a bite.
You know who was taking a bite is our own Dr. Ethan Turner.
No. Chris, he hasn't taken a bite. He's been taking multiple bites, okay? Let's not kid the people, okay? I've been sitting here. I have it pulled up on my phone.
You're just watching
so many
him.
bites.
He's been going to town.
Dude, so many. I'm trying to I got to get my eating done so that I can start analyzing.
Did you mute your microphone while you were eating?
Yeah, man, because that's gross. Like, I hate the fact that anyone's watching me eat anyway. I almost turned off the video, but I didn't want people to be like, where the heck's Ethan? Why is he not here? And so I didn't want that. But I also didn't want everyone to hear me just
slurping on wings
right
now.
now.
We would have made fun of you.
Some people were asking in the chat. These are sweet barbecue wings, a little Parmesan garlic. That's what I'm rolling with tonight. I'm not a big buffalo sauce guy. It just doesn't sit well in my stomach. So they're not buffalo wings, but they are delicious.
Can I get some potential injury analysis from Dr. Ethan Turner?
Yeah.
All
that's
right.
what I'm here for, right?
The last few days, we're hearing lots of things about Evan Neal with maybe slipping down the boards because all of a sudden there's some medical concerns. Like, what are you hearing out there? What have you seen? What seems like garbage? What isn't? What are we looking at with him tonight?
Well, with Neal, his injury history doesn't really indicate that he's got any major issues in his past. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have, something that came up during the medical exams. I talked with Dr. Chow earlier this week about just how NFL teams, Pro Football Doc, he was the head doc for the Chargers for 17 years. And we talked about just how NFL teams they have so much more data than an average person does. I'd like to think that I have pretty close to the most amount of data that you can have on these prospects just by doing my injury guide every year, if that's publicly available. And so I didn't see anything in Neal's, history that would indicate that he had any type of degenerative issues or possible degenerative issues. Doesn't mean that they didn't do an MRI and find something. He's a big boy. Big boys tend to not have the healthiest knees and hips. So there's a chance that there is some fire there, but to me, this seems mostly like smoke. I would be pretty surprised if Neal doesn't end up being one of the, top 3 tackles off the board. And I think he's probably definitely going in the first 15 picks if I had to take a guess.
100%. I can't see him falling any further than that, unless there is definitely something that was found late that a lot of people just do not know about. But we're getting super close. Draft going to be going off here any minute. They were just interviewing Aiden Hutchinson. He's in a lot better shape than me. But I mean, I know that doesn't surprise much of anybody.
As he
He's
is
a
all of
handsome
us.
dude.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, he's handsome.
Brendan
He's a handsome dude.
Hendershot. Welcome to Holden Chubb.
What up,
An
Brandon?
official
go.
member. You know what? Maybe what we'll have to do is, because we got a couple new members. Maybe after we reach this goal for the Jackson Smith Chouse.
The Jigba.
There you go. Once we get rid of, I'm gonna do that all night, whether I know how to say it or not. Just be prepared. Once we give that away, maybe the next one is going to have to go to some people who want to sign up to be members. Maybe we'll do a members giveaway for giveaway number 2, but you don't even know what that is yet. How close are we to 200 likes? Taylor, are we getting close to another draft guide?
187.
So we're 13 away from giving away another draft guide. So if you haven't hit the like button, go ahead. NFL draft starting up here any minute. Looking forward to it. We'll be giving you all the picks here as they come in. Would love to show you the screen. Would not love to be copyrighted by YouTube. So we can't show you the screen, but we'll give you all the information from these picks, and then we'll all go around the table, kind of break them down, not only from an NFL perspective, but from a fantasy football perspective too. So we got you covered from both angles here tonight. I can't help but think, though, like we should be in Vegas.
Yeah.
You remember 2 years ago when it was supposed to be in Vegas before everything happened and it got canceled? We had hotels booked and planes booked. Man.
I still have that credit from JetBlue. I still haven't used it yet. So
you may want to use it pretty soon.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I used to get down here.
I did want to make a quick comment. Danielle Fielder has a comment. Kyle, my future ex-husband, can I get a draft guide in the divorce?
Why is she leaving?
Okay, first off,
What did you
Danielle,
do, man?
What did you do? Why are you getting
piss her
divorced?
off?
Let's cover something here right now.
She's a member.
Let's cover something here right now. Once you get a little bit of swag, nobody's going anywhere, and that's number one. Number two, I don't know. You'd have to ask Jake. He's the attorney. He's the one that would divvy things up.
I mean, you're right. I want to know what Kyle did. What did Kyle do,
Yeah.
Danielle? Why are you getting
The
divorced?
cause of divorce.
What caused this? I will discipline live on camera.
Oh
We
boy.
just hit 200 likes.
There we go.
200
There we go.
likes.
Sir.
200.
All right, we're going to give it away here real
No.
quick before this first pick comes in. If you want a free draft guide, tell me in the chat right now that you are interested. How about this? If you misspell a word, I will not pick your name. I just came up with that. Why? Really have no idea. Oh, Danielle had a message and then she retracted it.
She said lack of calf cams, I think, is what I thought it said.
I didn't get it in time.
It did say about your calves. She's got issues with your calves.
I'm behind this thing tonight, so we can't get some calf cams in. But I mean, if I need to come up over there.
I will figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, we will figure it out. You can't go. You've been here for a long time, Danielle. You can't be leaving. Boom. Here we go. Let me pause it because I can't read the name. The winner of the 200 like draft guide is Taylor Dalton. Taylor Dalton, send me an email, info@thefantasyheadliners.com from that account right there that you're on, Taylor, and I will add you to the pre-order list. And now we're moving it to 300 likes. But we're also going to be giving away, that football here. We only need like 50 more likes for the football giveaway. So if you're an Ohio State fan, you got to smash the like button right now. Ryan Vogel, just want that 12-month badge. You better believe it, Ryan. We appreciate you, my friend. Why is Kennedy hiding now? If I had to guess, we've been live streaming now. What time is it? How long have we been live streaming?
8:04.
It's a bathroom break for sure.
30 minutes in, and he already has to pee.
Heyo.
He's
There
been
he
here for like an
is.
hour.
There he is.
That's true. He did show up 30 minutes early. So, okay.
Yep. And we've had a few beverages, so we're feeling good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to take the microphone in there with you.
I mean, I thought about it, but I was like, nah, it's YouTube. I don't want to get us flagged. And
Well, I don't want the camera in there, just the...
All right, while we
no,
wait,
it's all or nothing.
Oh, okay.
while we wait for Jacksonville to go on the clock here and make their pick, let's go around. Give me the number one hot take, or this is something that you could see happening tonight that could just burn down the first round. What is something just out there that we could see happen?
The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to trade into the top 12 and draft Malik Willis.
Yes, give it to me.
Dude.
Inject it into my veins.
Hey, he asked for a hot take. He didn't say it was something that was
That's
likely
hot.
to happen.
No, that's
Yeah.
hot. That's hot. Yeah.
So,
I like
but-
it.
It would be better.
I'm
if
sticking.
it was
I'm sticking
Kenny
with my
Pickett.
hot take, man. It's Mr. Jameson Williams to Minnesota team up with JJ.
I mean, we talked about that earlier in the week, and at first I was like, I don't know, but the more I think about it, Justin Jefferson, Jameson Williams, Adam Thielen,
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. I mean,
It's tough.
Does Kirk Cousins get it done though?
Kirk Cousins will get it done.
bam.
4,500 yards, and they're in the playoffs.
Ooh, OEG says they're going to move up to the 5th spot for Willis. That is spicy.
Wow.
Oh, look at Terry got his boy in there. Christian Watson goes in the top 12. That is
man.
some serious spice.
Ooh, that's some spice.
At least
That's a lot of spice.
At least we're not as late as the draft, right? I mean, technically,
Yeah, there's 6
I think-
minutes
I
behind
mean,
at this point.
We talked about it before we went on, but I think, when Chow said, the Giants potentially going with a QB with one of their 2 first round picks, whether it's Willis or whoever it might be, that would be spicy in my opinion. Them taking a quarterback at their positions right now at number 5 or number 7.
Would I be shocked at 4 quarterbacks in this first round? Not really. And I mean, okay, I said it on the podcast too. It was we saw the Jake Locker and Christian Ponder draft. I mean, there were 3 quarterbacks in that first round, and I get it. This class isn't overly abundant with extreme talent, but we could see it. May 3, I think the over-under was at 3, right? Or 2. So I think we could see at least 3.
Ethan Hunt said that I'm going to be the number 1 pick.
That's the spiciest of all takes right there.
You're damn right.
For what position though?
At this point, I'm lucky if I can be an
Doesn't
offensive
matter.
lineman. Now. I got the size of the offensive lineman, but I ain't got the mobility of a defensive lineman. So we going straight offensive line. Have me protecting Sunshine there in Jacksonville.
I don't think you would do
Can't
well.
do tight end anymore.
Dude, I can't. I mean, I had my last good route against Kyle last year.
I
And
mean,
that was it.
uh,
Retirement party came afterward.
we're gonna just keep bringing that up.
Jake's playing fullback. I mean, if they need 1 yard, Mike, I could get 1 damn yard. I don't know if I could get 2, but I could definitely get 1.
Does Debo get traded tonight?
Yes,
Steve's bringing it up.
Steve.
No.
No.
I think he does, but I don't want him to. But I'm only saying that because I'm selfishly excited for more football news. So,
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
would
gotta-
like
we
to
gotta
do a
stretch
breaking
this
news
out.
video next week.
yeah.
And we have a Debo Samuel signed helmet that we have to give away at
Yeah,
some point.
I
it's
do
gotta stay
have
with
a
the 49ers.
I don't think you can see it on the camera view. No, you can't. I have a full-size signed Debo helmet that I've just kind of been waiting to find out what's going on because I don't even know if anybody wants a Debo helmet right now. Does anybody want a Debo? I mean,
how
that's
many,
not the current
anyone
item given
want a
away.
Debo?
Don't be greedy. Don't be
Probably.
greedy. But I just want to know what to do with it.
I mean, we could always set a light or not a light goal, but a membership goal.
We could. Hey, We got 4 or 5 hours.
Because
to do
I
whatever
see
the hell we
people
wanna
saying
do.
they want it.
They're not talking about the Debo helmet. They're talking. They want to see me.
What is
Play
Ice
fullback.
Cube running up on stage
I
for?
don't
What is
know.
going on here?
Is he the one announcing the
LA,
first
baby.
pick?
He's excited about something.
Well, I'm glad Darren Waller didn't get traded. That would have been awkward on stage.
All right. So, what round do we think the first kicker or punter is going to be taken? What round?
I don't care.
Wasn't the question.
Round
Not
number
tonight.
3.
4.
I'm gonna go like 6. I don't know anything about the
I
kickers.
couldn't tell you one
Punters.
kicker in the draft, if I'm being completely honest.
Fair enough.
Anna said 4th. We'll go with Anna because she agreed with me. Therefore, she's got to be correct. All right. What's going on here in the draft?
I saw Derek Carr on stage.
Derek Carr, Darren Waller.
Derek Carr. I
Marcus
mean,
Allen.
Wait, that's Derek Carr
that
on the
man
left?
looks like a franchise
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
He looks
Look at
like
this
a dude that
man.
just got $100 million.
He looks like he
Yeah.
could win a Super Bowl.
Look at him. Look at him.
I mean, he
just-
looks that way, but
I'm,
looks to be
I'm not
deceiving.
saying he can. I'm just saying, like, does he not look like a dude that is? I mean, he's giving me like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Does he just
when
got the
first
slick
signed
back?
his
Oh,
big
jeez.
contract.
Wow, he's got the full-on.
All right,
mohawk.
listen, I'll talk about Sean McVay and those khakis all the time, but that haircut for Derek Carr, he's going QB like 3 for me now on the season because of that.
So
I'm not sure
is
about
that,
the
is that is,
faux
is
hawk.
that haircut 101 over McVay's khakis?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That
I think
that
so.
haircut says I just made $100 million. I got Devontae Adams, and I'm
It
about
does.
to just go absolutely
And Darren
bananas.
Waller.
Do what?
So he's still got Darren Waller too.
Exactly. But he didn't just get Darren Waller.
Well, he's got them both, Jake.
What about Third and Renfro?
He's got to be feeling good.
Third and Renfrew.
I love that nickname, by the way.
Gorgeous.
That was great.
Love it. I told the guys the other day I have no idea who created that nickname. I would give credit to it.
I'm pretty sure you did just now.
I don't think I
the other
did.
day, you know?
I'm pretty sure I straight up stole it from somebody, but I don't know who.
people stealing Bobby trees for how many years? So I think you're good.
Exactly.
You're damn right on that one.
Bobby Trees started
I was
here.
the original Bobby Trees like 3 years ago, and now everybody uses it, and nobody gives me credit.
Including the LA Rams.
The
Twitter
Rams
handle
even
uses
use it. Does Jake get a shout out from the Rams? Nope.
no.
Cooper Kupp out there tweeting it, making shirts with it.
It's like that LeBron James gif, you know, I just want my damn respect too.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. Well, now that the draft started 11 minutes ago, and they still have 8 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock, so apparently they have no idea what they want yet. They're just going to milk it.
The NFL told him just to wait. Let's get that ad money, baby.
But they are
Literally.
officially on the clock, so at least we can say that the draft is officially started, so that's a good thing. How many likes
heard
away are
that-
we from a 250 football giveaway, Taylor?
We just hit 234.
Wow. So we only 16, right?
Yeah.
16?
We're getting there.
34,
Getting close.
40, 16. And you can't be making me do math.
Jake, Supreme Bean wants to know, Jake, you've been working out?
Only with the one wing curls. You know what I mean? Like one wing at a time. Just not really.
I
Can
just
I-
did that workout.
You did.
It's like me. I do those 12-ounce curls. Work out great.
Yeah, man.
Jake, can you give away your signed jersey from when you burned Kyle?
Who said that?
I think you were wearing a headliner shirt.
I was
said
wearing a
that?
headliner shirt, I think.
It's probably that shirt.
Jake,
Didn't it
Jake,
go
or
into
Jake
the Hall
over
of
the name?
Fame? You guys were in
The
Canton.
cords?
Didn't it go into the Hall of Fame anyway?
I'm pretty sure it did.
I may have been in this exact same shirt.
Taylor,
Yeah.
time that man out. I don't know who that is. Put him in timeout.
I may have been in this exact shirt. I don't remember for sure.
Lots of Aiden Hutchinson highlights here.
I'm just saying that doesn't make. I'm with Kyle. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't understand this Trayvon Walker thing. He might still go first overall, but
My bad.
to me, Hutchinson was just. I don't know. To me, I feel like you have to respect the fact that he produced in a defense that
Don't-
really
don't be
everyone knew
careful
he
with
was the
that.
best defender.
It's in a case.
Ethan, we don't mean to cut you off, but we just had a banger of a donation in the super chat from Connor
yeah, we did.
Lambert, dropping a $99.99 dono. Here's to another great year,
Boom.
Headliner Nation. Connor, appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for the dono, baby.
Absolutely, Connor.
And those-
we greatly appreciate that. And if you want a free draft guide, Connor, send me an email because that right there, we
Yeah.
greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much for that.
And those aren't pesos; those are U.S. dollars.
Yeah, that's a
not
dollar
pesos.
sign. That's not a peso.
Connor
Yeah.
is balling.
That's right. Woo. We appreciate it.
All right, I need Jacksonville to hurry up and make this pick because I want to see what we're looking at for number 2.
Tight end for Detroit at number 2.
Charles, I will literally walk out of this house, walk across the street into that big ditch that I see, and just throw myself in it. Just gonna leave myself.
I
Didn't
just
you
remember
say
your
you were gonna
reaction.
cut
I remember
down
the
a tree?
reaction. Oh,
You
I
were
don't
gonna
think so.
cut down a tree if they mess things up, man.
Dude, I'm just gonna go stand in the front yard and cry.
I understand.
I wish the grass was mowed out front.
Poor Jaden.
I don't know if my son heard that or not, but we've been. Kyle's been giving him a hard time for 2 days now. Taylor started today.
and also there are ticks in North Carolina, so just keep an eye on that in the tall grass.
I would rather have a tick climb on. I was gonna go somewhere weird
Easy
there,
now.
but I'd rather have a
Easy.
tick than a snake anywhere near me. So I'll deal with that tick. I'll get that off.
Anybody got time for that, baby?
Do the
Detroit,
Jaguars
for those
seriously-
of you making comments in the chat about Detroit, I can't imagine them messing this up because even as Travis says, even if they were to draft Gardner at number 2 overall, I don't agree with it, but it wouldn't be messing up their entire draft.
It's a good pick still, yeah.
I mean, I learned this while I was going through my draft guide. You know that Sauce Gardner did not give up a single touchdown in coverage in 3 seasons in college. That is, like, insane
15.6
to me.
completion percentage in
That's
3
insane.
years in
Yep.
single coverage.
And he has no injury history either. So it's
He's
not
a-
even like a Jeff Okuda situation. Sorry, Kyle. I know that probably hurt a little bit.
I mean, Okuda could still maybe make
Okuda
his-
can still be a thing, but he had more
Okuda can
risk
still
than they were
ball
willing
out,
to
yeah.
take.
Pick us in, baby.
Here we
Okuda's
go. The
fine.
pick is in.
After this
Here we
pick,
go,
we hit
Tomo.
250 likes, we'll give away the
There you go. Well, I know we just hit that like goal of 250 for the Jackson Smith. There you
Najigba.
go. I love that. That's amazing. Usually you don't like when people finish your sentences. I absolutely love it when Chouse does that.
You
It's
know,
great.
I got you.
Anybody that tips the pick on Twitter, I'm blocking them tonight.
Facts.
What if Rappaport does it?
It's happening a lot. so
I
yeah.
already saw it.
So did I.
I
Yeah,
did too.
I saw it a
but
few minutes ago.
We'll let
I
things.
think the Jaguars are terrible.
We'll let the
let's
Tim
just
Tebow,
say,
number
Jaguars.
1.
let's say this: the Jag's about to jag.
The Jag
Yes.
about to Jag.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
They could have zigged. Instead, they jagged.
He did. This should make Kyle happy though.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, Charles.
Yeah.
We'll see in
Kyle's
just a
stressed.
minute.
Because
what
now
happens
Kyle gets
here.
the tight end that he has always wanted.
Oh,
What I don't understand is
Am I just way behind on the stream,
No.
or does everyone just know before me?
people are tipping it off on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
Gosh darn it, guys!
you all got to stop it. I know we know who it
Cut
is,
that
but don't
out.
be
It's
telling
it's
people.
our boy Ari over there. He's tipping
Well,
it
I'm
off all
not
the
trying,
time.
and the thing is too is I'm trying to be on Twitter to like see, is there any breaking news? Is a trade? Because if like a
Right.
trade pops up, yeah, I'm gonna say that right away. But I don't want
Right.
to be seeing all these freaking picks already.
freaking picks.
I think it takes away the fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy though. I mean, we'll dissect it in a second.
Battle Royal 2K says pick me. I don't know what we're supposed to pick you for.
What would you like us
What
to pick you
and
for?
why?
You've been chosen.
You've been chosen, but we have nothing. We have nothing for you yet.
I pick
We don't-
you to be picked.
Yeah,
Oh, did we hit the likes? Are we at the likes?
we
yet?
did, but I said we would announce it after this pick was announced.
Oh man, Battle Royale's like, yo, just give me in
Yeah,
this.
just give me in there now. Pick me.
Just open that second window. Go subscribe to Headliner U. Do us that favor.
That's a great question, Anna. How is it so delayed? That's a very good question.
Well, Anna, the key is money.
All right, so the Jaguars have taken Trayvon Walker, defensive end out of Georgia.
Craziness.
I don't get it. Like Kyle said before we started. Does it fill a need? Of course. I mean, we all kind of knew they were going to be taking an edge rusher. That doesn't surprise anybody.
Right.
But what did Aiden Hutchinson or even Tibby, what did they do to deserve to get leapfrogged this late in the situation by Trayvon Walker? Is he a bad player? No, but I just don't see how did it
was
come
his
to
pro
this?
day.
It was all about the pro day.
His pro day, he just annihilated every ounce of it, and then the stock just continued, and then the QB pressures started to become the thing for everyone to dissect and say, we need this guy because he's a disruptor. And on the opposite side, you got Josh Allen, who's now going to be unblockable, quote unquote, based on those QB pressures.
But because of that, well, you're saying that, which I totally agree with, but how come he can do it but Hutchinson can't? Hutchinson isn't a disruptor?
He absolutely is. I still disagree with the pick. I think Hutchinson was the pick for sure.
Yeah, the
Hutchinson
Lions
was
pick is
supposed to be the
already
pick.
in.
Well, the Lions are like, thank you very much for being the Jaguars.
They
The
ran
Lions
to
literally
the podium.
sprinting to
This
the front.
is keeping the Michigan man in Michigan, hopefully here. But with Trayvon Walker, the highlights are up on the TV right now. I mean, the man is an absolute beast. He has all the measurables. He has everything that you want in a defensive end. But one point that people keep bringing up that I get, but I kind of lean towards a little bit is, so this dude played in just an absolute stacked Georgia team where nobody really could face any type of double coverage, and he still only had a handful of sacks last year. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson broke the Michigan record for sacks last year with 14. So that's where it's like, yes, he's got the measurables and things, but the guys go and they run around in their shorts at the combine, and GMs get super excited over it. When you see the production on the field in the pads, sometimes you just got to cool it on the combine and on the pro days and say, we've seen this guy perform, we've seen what he can do. There's really no reason for us to move to somebody else just because it's the hype.
Well, that's the thing is Trayvon Walker, is his production more or less a product of the fact that, offensive linemen had to worry about Devontae Wyatt and Nakobe Dean and players like that, Jordan Davis in the middle of the line. Is he getting all that production because he wasn't getting double teamed?
Yeah, I mean, even in the video packages they showed, I do think that he does a great job of covering the sideline that he's on for run defense. I mean, he is an athletic freak. As a pass rusher, I think his athleticism translates right away. But when he's trying to pass rush and there's two guys on every single play blocking Jordan Davis in the middle, you should be more productive than what he was. He should be beating college, guards that are not NFL prospects one-on-one more often than what he did. I don't think that it's a bad pick because this draft was I love Hutchinson. I love, Thibodeaux. I think both of those guys are elite talents, way more production in college than what Walker had, but I don't know. I don't think it's totally the worst pick in the world. I just think that
Here we go, baby.
I would have probably gone a different direction if it was me.
Yep.
Right.
Because I value that college production.
Here we go.
Here it is. The pick is in Detroit. We pretty much know what it's going to be.
Hopefully.
No surprise
Trey
whatsoever.
McBride.
It's Aiden
Yes,
Hutchinson,
baby!
defensive Michigan.
Staying home.
I need that jersey right now, baby. Need it.
Go buy
And
it.
I mean, this is
custom
the
made.
biggest score for the Detroit Lions you guys could have hoped for, man. You need QB pressure, and you haven't had it, Kyle. You get it now.
Yes, and I mean, look at how the last two drafts have played out as well. I mean, last year they get the gift and Sewell dropping all the way down to them when there was multiple teams in front of that they can use them. And now Aiden Hutchinson, who's been the number one on the board for just the longest time for so many people, he now drops down to them at number 2. And the thing that is always set Aiden Hutchinson apart for me and everyone else is his football IQ. If you watch this guy play on the field, you can see how quickly the game processes for him and how he just does things where he's getting ready to make a move and he sees what's going to happen and he backs off and he can go to the run. He can take the run coming up the middle to the side. He can cover. And Michigan moved him around too. They stood him up. They put him in the ground. He can do those things as well. So Hutchinson going here to Detroit is just a fabulous pick. I'm just pumped for it.
I'm glad you're excited, Kyle. Yeah.
To go on to what his football
Finally.
IQ, his instincts are second to none when it comes to edge rushers, in this class. And also something that a lot of people don't know about him is how disciplined he is as a defender. No penalties, not one called against him in 2021. only 7 total penalties and 893 total pass play snaps. Like, the guy knows how to play football and be smart about it.
Yep.
And everyone's going to criticize him versus UGA and saying he disappeared. And that was the issue. But I think, that's a one-off. You didn't see when you go and watch Hutchinson's tape. I mean, that's completely the one-off. And like you said with Kyle, they can line him up, standing up and in the dirt. I think he's going to be more productive in the dirt personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see how Detroit decides to use him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, it's exciting to be this excited over an actual guy being drafted. I mean, last year when Sewell got drafted, it was like, great, that was a good pick, loved it. But this is like game changing here. This is like the pick that's going to help reshape this defense, give them the pressure that they need, that they haven't had in a while. And, like you said, like just his IQ and everything, and also just like that mentality he brings. Like, he's got those leadership abilities, those leadership qualities. He's got a little bit of an edge to him. That's exactly what Detroit needs. Him and Dan Campbell are going to be best friends.
All right, now before we get to the Houston Texans, the pick is in. They should be coming up here any second. We do have a football of Jackson Smith.
Najigba.
This is amazing. We got to do this more often. We got to give away. So, should we just pick another random winner? Who Lone Boner, you want to pick a random winner?
Yeah,
if you want, can you read that?
I can see it, baby.
Okay. If you are interested in the Jackson Smith
Najigba
signed football from Ohio State, let us know in the chat right now. We're going to pick a random winner before the Texans pick comes in, so you better freaking hurry.
Gotta love it.
I mean,
love it.
That's up to you. You can just pick one whenever you see one that you like.
Let's go with A.J. Harris.
A.J. Harris. AJ, congratulations. The winner of the signed Jackson Smith
Najigba
signed football from Ohio State. Send me an email, AJ, and we will hook you up. info@thefantasyheadliners.com. First giveaway is done. And now we could just say, hey, we gave something away. No, we're going to roll on to giveaway number 2, and we'll announce what that is right after the Texans make their selections. Another draft guide coming up at 300 likes as well. Got some Manscaped products to give away also tonight. Looking forward to that. What do the Texans do? Is this Stingley or
Sauce,
is this?
baby.
You think it's sauce?
I'm getting a little saucy.
I think it's got to be offensive tackle or cornerback. It's one of the two, and then whatever they take is going to determine what they do at 13.
Correct.
Does anybody hate a sauce pick?
I do.
You do?
I don't want him in Houston, personally.
Oh.
But
Well, I mean, I get that
going,
part of it. I guess.
he's not going to Buffalo, though, so.
Yeah.
I know. Come on, man.
You just want him in the NFC somewhere?
Sauce and buffalo wings work
Chouse
like
and
magic.
Chouse and free agency.
Yeah.
Everybody should come to the Bills.
Yeah, you
True.
guys should see our
Chouse on
group
draft
chats.
night.
We're going to
Everybody
win.
should get drafted by the Bills.
Correct.
AJ, it's
Absolutely.
info@thefantasyheadliners.com.
I'm not that bad.
I mean, no.
I mean,
when
if I'm Houston here, I go offensive line. I take, whoever they like the most. But I know Houston also, from people I've talked to, they really want a cornerback here.
does a
I mean, there's some
cornerback
good-
does a cornerback make them any better?
No.
No,
Not
but neither
this-
does an
not this
offensive. Neither does an offensive tackle.
So
No.
the offensive tackle lets Davis Mills develop a
Yeah.
little bit better, I think, and that should be their key.
I agree, but I also think that they have Laramie Tunsil, so their line isn't bad to begin with.
Here we go. Pick is in for the Texans. I have muted all notifications on my phone because I don't want to be spoiled. If you spoil the picks in the chat, Taylor will ban you.
Block you.
Stingley.
He will cut you.
Derek Stingley Jr. now going
The golden boy.
to the Houston
chosen
Texans.
one.
Do I hate it? No. Obviously not. Great player. But I just don't know if in 2022, does he make them a better football team?
I think if he's on his freshman tape, if we get the freshman tape of Stingley, yes, he is that difference maker on the field. He will take away half the field. The athletic ability is just completely off the charts. He will be that island corner for him. So, I mean, is it going to give him 1-2 wins? Maybe. But, I mean, he is a definite stud in the making.
Yeah, he's the best cover corner in this draft, and it's not close in my opinion.
He was a guy that I talked about a little bit too throughout the draft process, where it just felt like nobody was talking about him, whether it was because of the injury or whatever it was. And it was like, man, NFL teams aren't going to back off of this guy. Like, don't be surprised. Now, I did think that Gardner would still probably end up going over him, but I always had Stingley within like the top 10, top 13 picks. Like, I didn't think he was falling further than that. And I saw a lot of people that were like, oh, you know, this is a guy that's going to fall in the draft. But I mean, just like on that play right there, his eyes on the quarterback, his tracking. I mean, the dude he's too good.
Everyone was worried about that Liz Frank, and then when he saw his pro day, he ran very clean, no limp, no issues after the fact. He looked clean and good, and I mean that 40 time was what 4.39, Chris, if I'm not mistaken.
4.38, and his press coverage is phenomenal for somebody who's 6'1", 195 pounds, very strong, good upper body. Like the strength allows him to be able to press those bigger receivers, and his man coverage is obviously going to be the biggest strength, but he's also very solid in zone coverage as well.
Luis Alcantar, appreciate you, my friend. Says, what's up, guys? Thank you for such an amazing channel. Luis been here for a long time, and we appreciate you, my friend.
Brench Toast. Dropping a 5-bomb in the super chat. Appreciate you too, Brench. Thank you very much.
All right, so now Jets are on the clock.
Sauce, right?
However, I do believe it's possible.
It's got to be.
But we have to at least tell the people what our next giveaway is. Taylor, do you want to reveal the next item that we're going to be giving away live here on this stream tonight? It is
Gonna be that Olave jersey.
Oh, a signed Chris Olave jersey. Any of you guys want that?
No. Because it's an Ohio State jersey.
Oh, that's true. That would be a problem for the Michigan guy. But yeah, I mean that's a sweet jersey right there. Make sure you have your free account set up at pristineauction.com using that referral code Headliners, just like it says on the screen. There's a link down below in the description. Have that free account signed up, and then you're good to go. Jeremiah Percy just keeps putting donkey boner in the chat. He's literally only said it that's all he said all night. Jeremiah, are you 12? I am the most immature person on this stream, and it's really not. You're close.
I mean,
Kyle's close.
Every time there was something
it's like 1A, 1B
while we were setting up that's what she said could go afterwards.
Yeah,
I just started laughing.
Yeah, so I mean, Kyle's close, but not even me in my immaturity would be constantly commenting donkey boner. No, I just don't get it.
So
only
do we
one bone in the building, baby?
That's right.
There's only one.
That's right.
And it's loan.
Okay, so Chouse picked the last one. So Kyle, you picked this one. What are we going to do to give away the Chris Olave jersey?
After we get, can I make it a members one or no?
I mean, it's your show, Kyle. What do you want to do?
Technically, no. We won't go members just yet on this one. We won't go members just yet. How many likes are we at right now?
We're at 279.
Let's do 315.
You want to give it away in the next 30 seconds?
You're
an idiot.
Chow said a bigger one, so I wanted to set just a smaller one, just a little bit less.
That's what she said.
Gosh darn it!
Plus,
Kyle,
I wanted all those
ruin
links
everything.
to come
That's what she said.
right now.
Right
That's
now?
what she said.
Like I want boom, boom, boom.
What
boom,
did you
boom,
say?
like
315?
315.
315 is what you're saying.
Yeah. 315.
All right. Well,
There's just so many people here right now that really want a jersey. They're here right now. Let's reward them for being here at the very beginning,
right.
going at it.
before I fire Kyle for getting rid of all of our stuff in the first 5 minutes of the draft, 315 likes, and we'll give away a signed Chris Olave jersey, which is absolutely redonkulous. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do that. Terry also said out here in the chat he shut down Chase at LSU in practice, according to the coaches at LSU. Stingley's a stud. You know what I mean? That's not a question whatsoever. He's for sure an amazing player. I pretty much think the Jets are going to go where we kind of thought that maybe Houston would have gone. We said it before we mentioned this giveaway. This kind of has to be sauce, right? This got to be some sauce.
Or is it a wide receiver? I mean, I would think at this point it's sauce. With how things have gone so quickly on the defensive side of the ball, they probably stick with it, knowing that Stingley's already off the board. There's a lot of teams behind that want to go cornerback. They probably go sauce here and get that wide receiver with the next pick if that's really what they want. So my bet would be on sauce here.
Jermaine Johnson's another one.
There's no chance this is Thibodeaux, you don't think?
I don't think so. I think they end up
I don't
going
think
Sauce
so.
because I think that they just feel like Sauce just probably holds just a little bit of an edge in terms of being able to be a difference maker the entire time. Like he can affect the game in so many different ways, especially being in the East. And now you've got Tyreek there with you. And I mean, I was going to say something about Mac Jones, but he doesn't have any weapons. And just being, and then obviously being out there with Buffalo and Diggs and everything, they're looking for ways to shut down the pass. And that's going to be a way to do it with a guy that has just been so good at it at the college level.
It's true. I mean, the Jets were bottom 3 last year in pass defense. I think Sauce is it's kind of the no-brainer here because the Jets do have another pick, and they could go wide receiver, offensive tackle. They could go with another position with their next pick, but I think here you go with best player available, and right now I do think it's Sauce.
Ben, I appreciate you out there, Ben. Ben says he has 3 screens in 2 different rooms, and they're all up on our live stream right now.
Is that me, Ben?
Ben Spate.
Oh, the other Ben. I was thinking Pernick, but Ben Spade. All right, here we go.
Well
Jets.
done,
Jets pick is in. It is going to be. Spit it out, Roger.
Today,
Sauce.
Junior.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce
A1.
Gardner.
Let's go.
Now a member of the Jets. You guys were talking about his, lockdown ability. Dude just doesn't give up touchdowns. I believe Chouch just said it was a 15% completion rate.
15.6 in 3 years
that is
in single
stupid.
coverage.
That is absolutely stupid. And
That's
I think
saucy.
it's definitely saucy, Doc. Definitely saucy. I think what Kyle just said, they're in a division now that they're going to have to kind of compete a little bit better in the secondary. And adding somebody like Sauce automatically upgrades that secondary by Sauce has no idea where he's walking, by the way. Sauce just walking out of the building. He has no idea where
He's going to fall in the
Sauce
water
is
here
lost.
in a second.
Sauce is somewhere
He says,
backstage.
It's
"Oh,
how
no."
see, they're like, come back, man. You're going the wrong way.
So Sauce Gardner is similar to Patrick Surtain of Alabama last year. And I like this comparison that actually Taylor gave me last year of him is that, like Surtain, Gardner is very aggressive. Like, he's a super aggressive cornerback. Sometimes it burns him, sometimes it works out, but he's not afraid to take chances, which I like about him, because he does use that size, that 6'2", 190-pound frame to really get up there and jam the receivers, and he's not afraid to, use those ball skills that he has to make a play when it needs to be made. So for me, I think it's a phenomenal pick. It's going to help their secondary extremely, just a total amount. But I like the comparison between he and Patrick Surtain II.
AJ Harris sent a super chat. Appreciate you. AJ says, thanks so much. Been a subscriber for years. Headliner Nation family. You better believe it, my friend. And then the Koofman also becoming a member of Holden Chubb there. Appreciate you, Koof. But yeah, Sauce, too much sauce. Everybody seems to be pretty pumped up
Sauce is good.
for some sauce right now. Everybody enjoying themselves some sauce. How about
I had the comp to Sauce going at Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I think it's a very good comp. He's got the speed. He's got the ability to play in the run defense.
Very good against the run.
The height, the lankiness in him. I think that he's just a damn good football player.
And they're going to need that in that division. I mean, they're going to have to shut down some good offenses, some good quarterbacks, and some offenses that got better as well. And I think, again, going him over Thibodeaux here, I think is just kind of that hey, we need to have an opportunity to stop the pass. If we can't stop the pass in this division, we're not going to win.
True.
Brench Toast, appreciate you. Says San Diego kid here would love the Olave jersey. Are we at 315 yet, Taylor?
We're at 304.
Oh, so we're 11.
Oh,
11
305
so maybe
now.
Kyle didn't
10
set
more.
that big of a goal.
Kyle said everybody in the chat said Kyle set a pretty low goal, but that's okay. Miles Grimes wants to know, can you say sauce in a Rick Ross voice?
Sauce.
Okay, that was awesome.
I totally put him on the spot for that one.
I would say, you think these last 2 picks are indicative of a changing NFL where cornerback is becoming a premier position that not only do you have to invest in, but you have to invest, top level picks. I mean, I feel like we're only like 5 years removed from cornerbacks being a position that you would never even think about taking in the top 5. And now we've seen 2 of them go back to back. I feel like this is the NFL adjusting to the explosion of offense and passing offenses specifically. So
Chau's
I
out,
think
Chau's
we're gonna
out
see
there
more
running
of
the
this.
40 right now.
Yeah.
He's out there running the 40 trying to find the stage still.
He's trying to be careful. That
Is he
chain
still not
doesn't
in
knock
the
him
on the
out.
stage yet?
No,
Like
he's
somebody help
jogging
this
out.
man.
Good. He's good now. I mean, Ethan, I think you're absolutely right, man. I mean, the last
100%.
year we had 10 quarterbacks that threw the ball at least 600 times. So you have to try to make up for a pass happy league. You need someone that's going to try to stop that. And it depends on the player, of course, but we've been lucky the last few years. We've had some top quarterbacks at the position. So I think now you're going to see more and more guys at that position going in the top 10, top 12.
Well, it's like the Bengals proved us to go into the Super Bowl without offensive line. You need the guys to stop all the wide receivers, and I think this is the trend that has been moving over the last 4 years for sure.
So here's an interesting kind of scenario playing out here. New York Giants up at number 5. They need to work on the line on both sides of the ball. Do they go with Neal here, knowing that Carolina probably would end up taking Neal? Hopefully at that point, then when it gets to Carolina, they don't pick Thibodeaux, and now you get Thibodeaux back at number 7. Whoa!
Can you say that again, but slower?
Was it really
Yeah.
that fast?
I wasn't.
I
Paying,
think-
no, I
I-
wasn't paying attention, but
So-
it started to make sense the more you said it. But I missed the first half because I wasn't listening.
So right now at number 5, obviously Thibodeaux is the guy kind of on the clock where you look at it and you say he's like that next game changer on defense that's available. But Carolina needs an offensive tackle more than they need a defensive end. So do you take Neal now, knowing that Carolina would likely take him, and then you get him, or do you just go with Thibodeaux? Carolina takes Neal if they want to, and then you can get Ekwonu next.
Correct.
I think you go with Thibodeaux here because then no matter what Carolina does,
You have the
still
option.
get your at least number 2 offensive tackle at number 7.
Yep.
I mean,
That's what
I
I would
think
do,
at this
yeah.
point it depends on if you like one of the offensive tackles better. Like if Neal is your guy, you go
Right,
Neal
right.
here, take him, and then Ekwonu goes at 6, and then you still get Thibodeaux at 7.
Yeah, if you have like a 1A, 1B at the offensive tackle position, you take Tibby here, and then at number 7, best available tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still crazy if Tibby goes here at 5.
Who is this man
That
hyping up the crowd?
he fell so far when he was supposed to be pegged as the number 1 pick.
Is there any
Or
chance
even number
there's a
2
quarterback
at the
here?
latest.
No chance. But
No
we're going to
chance
talk
at
about that in a
quarterback?
second, Ethan. Because the
Okay.
pick is in. They're selecting right now. But I like what you just said, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But right now, the pick is in, and the New York Giants have selected. Come on.
Come on, go.
Who
Who's
is
the hype
this?
man,
I
by
don't
the
know
way?
who the
Yeah, I
hype
was
man
gonna
is.
say, who is this little guy that's like so
He-
excited?
He's cute.
He's
Little
excited.
fella.
He's like somebody's pocket square that fell out.
Did somebody
God,
let
it's like my parents talking about
Goodell's
me. Good God.
grandson up on the stage with him? Like, what's happening here?
He's
Oh,
excited,
it's a
man.
Make-A-Wish kid, Jake. Oh, God.
Give him
Was
a
it really?
We
break.
weren't making fun of him. We can't
Wow.
hear it.
That's what you get for watching.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
You
this is
can't
what we
hear
get.
it. I don't have it on.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
have.
know.
We just have it on.
He seems hyped.
Okay.
but
All we
good
knew
for
is he
him.
was pumped.
He's excited.
Great.
I did say somebody's.
We're gonna
pocket
get
square in
canceled for this.
it.
Well, Headliner Nation, it was fun.
Good thing I didn't say what I was going to say.
We've
Yeah.
been-
We
we've
can't
been
hear it.
canceled.
We don't have the actual like thing on, so I have no idea. It didn't show up. It's not like they said that.
Kayvon
There it is.
Thibodeaux
Thibodeaux.
going
Yep,
to the
now you
New
take-
York Giants.
Yep. Now you take your tackle at number 7.
And how many times do we talk about this Giants defense? They suffered injury last year, and everyone dogged them even before the injuries. This defense is not as bad as people think it is. If they keep Bradbury, they don't trade him. They get Martinez back from the ACL. Man, this defense is ready to play and ready to move. I think this is a great pick for them.
They were my pick to be the most underrated defense going into last season. And of course, they had all those injuries. But now you add somebody like Thibodeaux, who does have some development that he needs to, take care of course. But you have his speed. You have some strength that he needs to work on a little bit. But the acceleration, the quickness off the line, I absolutely love it. And the instincts that he has. I mean, sometimes he plays a little bit too high, which I'm not a big fan of. But the moves that he has, those speed moves, are absolutely phenomenal.
The dip and rip, man. We were in love with that dip
Yes.
and rip. When he's off the edge, you see that speed go. He dips that shoulder, and nobody can contain the man. The only issue I see in Tibby's game right now is technique issues, where he's relying a little too much on his speed at times. He's got to, balance out the power with the speed and finesse moves, and I think he'll be a baller in the NFL.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's that stutter step that he has.
I think he ends up
it slows
becoming-
him down a little bit.
I think he ends up becoming a Von Miller type, where he's a guy that's always standing up on the outside, ready to roll. I mean, his thing is going to be getting to the quarterback constantly. That was one of the reasons I had Hutchinson over him, is just because Hutchinson, I think at the NFL level, is going to develop a little bit more into kind of a do-it-all edge, where Tibby's going to end up becoming a guy where, I mean, he's straight pass rush. His job every single time is going to be get to the quarterback and take him down.
So kind of like a Gregory Rousseau of Buffalo from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair for him. I think it's a great spot for him to just be focused at rushing the quarterback, do nothing else. He is versatile enough that he can be moved around the line as well. He played some 3-tech as well. So I mean, I think he's just coaching. Coaching needs to be his game, and I think they're going to round that out in New York for him.
Yeah, because his motor, I mean, is phenomenal. I mean, the way that he pursues the play, doesn't give up on it, and just plays until the whistle blows. I love the energy from him.
Yep. And the slide was just people talking about the slide was crazy with him. I don't know why people were hating on him then.
That's interesting though, because that you mentioned that, because I watched him do an interview, and at first, when he first started doing the interview, I thought, this is one of those dudes that thinks he's way smarter than what he is. And as he continued to talk, I thought, no, I think he's actually a pretty well-spoken, smart dude. And I think he just understands that this is a business and he is an asset as a business asset. Like, his production is not just as a football player. Like, he owes it to himself to maximize his finances in the short window that he has as a football player. But I do think that it was kind of, did you guys see that he had a chessboard in his little area where he was waiting to get drafted? That still strikes me as I can see how his personality may have rubbed some people the wrong way of are you a football player? Or you just think you're wicked smart? What's the deal here? I feel like he's kind of hard to figure out at first. I do think he's soft-spoken. I do think that he's a pretty intelligent guy from the interviews that I've watched since. But I can see how he slid. I can see how, a Dan Campbell that wants rah-rah football guys is not going to love a Thibodeaux. I think that, he probably could turn off some of the traditional, you should only care about football, and that should be your only interest in life. And I can see how there's enough of those guys in the NFL that those concerns came out in the pre-draft process.
So we hit the goal. So we're at 315 likes. So the Carolina Panthers on the clock, got about 2 minutes left or so. But because Kyle set such a low like goal, we'll let you go ahead and pick a winner, Kyle. So if you are interested in a signed Chris Olave jersey, now is the time to let us know in the chat, and Kyle will be picking a random winner there for that.
All right, and what I need in the chat is somebody has to write Kyle is Jake's favorite.
Oh, dear Lord.
Over Ethan.
over just Ethan, right? Wow.
Ethan, I will tell you the entire time
it's
I've
a
been
short
down
list,
here,
guys.
I've been telling the fam that, hey, Ethan's never come to visit you.
Anyone who does not put that and instead puts that Ethan is the favorite will get a rookie injury card.
Or are we going to start one-upping each other?
I mean, if we were going to one-up, who was the person that actually physically moved down to 5 minutes outside of Jake to, let's just, you're all visiting, all right?
You were a resident for some time there.
All right,
I hope somebody's paying attention because I can't write all these Ethan is the favorites down. I'm going to have to pick one. But these are incredible. I love how they don't care about your jersey.
Ethan has
Kyle. They care about me being the favorite.
I feel like Ethan just doesn't have any comeback for this entire situation that's just unfolded. He's trying to think of what's not happening.
He's spitballing
I'm going to go
now.
ahead and pick Drew Capos.
Drew Capos. Drew, send me an email, info@thefantasyheadliners.com. Make sure you have your free account signed up through Pristine. You're the winner of the signed Chris Olave jersey.
Drew, baby.
It's a nice jersey.
It is a
I'm
nice
still
jersey.
getting all sorts of Ethan's the favorite. I'm just saying.
I'm getting a lot of goose poop in the comments.
a lot of goose poop.
A lot of goose
Yeah,
poop.
that's Casey. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate that. Always a great moment. I'm going to go with A Quartus 13. They're going to get a free rookie guide. Same deal. You got to email the the email, whatever that was, Jake.
Info
Can
at
you remind me?
thefantasyheadliners.com.
Hey, Cordis, make sure you email that, and we will get you hooked up. Drops on Sunday.
Hey, we're also got to give that draft guide away for 300 likes.
Oh, we also have a 300 draft guide. Well, since you brought it up, Taylor, why don't you pick a winner?
All right, I got you.
So this is for the 300 likes, since we're already over 300, a free draft guide if you're interested in
Nice.
dominating all things fantasy. And then we'll get into the Panthers. Who's interested? Anybody? Bueller?
Bueller.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. Oh, now the chat's picking up.
I
Now
love
the
them some
chat.
draft guides.
People want
I mean, who
draft guides.
doesn't?
Damn
Look at all the people that want a draft guide. Holy crap. You'd think this thing was like really good or something with all the people that want it.
So good.
It's so good. It's 600 pages of
You
sweet
guys
goodness.
don't even know. It's so good.
Taylor's
Pro's a
making
company
you work
that
for
puts
it,
out
though.
600 pages of draft
keep
goodness.
telling him.
I just like seeing it go by.
Yeah, Taylor. It's scrolling so fast, Taylor can't read a name, so keep it going. How about this? While Taylor's looking for somebody, the Panthers are on the clock. They've already shown Malik Willis. They've shown Kenny Pickett. We talked about offensive linemen earlier. They're definitely a team that needs to upgrade the quarterback position. They're not going forward with Sam Darnold. Are either one of these guys worth it at this point to take a stab on it at number 6?
The quarterback?
I think what
Quarterback.
Carolina's
No.
I think what Carolina wants to do is get someone that's going to be able to protect Darnold for one more year, and then obviously they let him go. They worry about quarterback in the 2023 draft. I think it's got to be Cross or Ekwonu here. Cross would be my personal choice. I think he's better, but I think it's one of the two.
This will blow my theory out the water if they draft a quarterback, right? Because Matt Rule's on the hot seat. Does he want that QB?
Ekwonu.
It's
That's the
not.
thing.
It's
Just like I
icky.
was saying, Icky
It's
gets
icky.
drafted.
It's Icky?
Ekwonu.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
So there
I
you go.
like
that
Ekwonu a
that
lot.
that
I
bodes
love
to
this
my
guy.
argument of saying that, Matt Rule is not going to go and try to develop a rookie quarterback in the final year of his tenure, likely, and
Yeah.
he's just
No,
going to
he's
roll
gonna
with
get-
Sam Darnold or Baker
he's
Mayfield.
going to he's going to get fired with Sam Darnold as his quarterback.
Or Baker Mayfield.
Either
Yeah,
one.
And I mean, Ekwonu too for me. He was a guy early on that I listed as my offensive tackle 1 over Neal, just because I liked his upside a little bit more. I think he's a guy that can just be a mauler in the run game. I think he's a guy that can absolutely keep the quarterback healthy and off the ground. Very versatile to me. It's just been good his entire tenure at NC State. So I love this pick for them. And honestly, it works out great for the Panthers here. I mean, they didn't get shoved into a situation where they would feel they would need to take a quarterback, because if both of these offensive tackles would have gone early and they weren't sitting here at 6, they're probably at a situation then where it's like, oh man, do we go quarterback here? Do we keep working on the defense? Like, what do we do? They get both of them to fall here, and they get themselves a really good pickup.
Love it. Stay in there in Carolina.
This will only help CMC if he can stay healthy. So,
Yep.
fantasy football wise, wink, wink.
Yep.
Look at that big boy move on that edge, man.
Yeah.
the
Love me some big boy moving.
doc saw it. He knows what's going on. But now we got the Giants back on the clock here. Once again, Taylor, have you found a draft guide winner?
I have. I got you. The draft guide is going to go to Ray Caratini.
Ray?
He's respectfully requesting a free draft guide for a championship. So, Ray, get that championship.
That's right. Go get it, Ray.
man.
Get your shit, baby.
Yeah, info at thefantasyheadliners.com, Ray, and I'll hook you up.
Jake, when should I open up the card?
Okay, do you want to, while we have a minute, do you want to tell people about the card?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so if all of you don't know this, if you haven't had a chance to maybe tune in over the off season a little bit, we started another channel that's really all about trading cards. Really, we've been focused in on football and then some baseball here and there. But Headliner Breaks on YouTube. Don't shut down this chat, but if you feel so inclined, you could hit that little plus button up on your tabs there. Type in Headliner Breaks to YouTube. Go hit the subscribe button over there. We're doing breaks all the time where there's a lot of fun. But I wanted to do something awesome for tonight, so I Bought a box of Panini One. It only has one card in it. It's a $700 box, and I thought, you know what? Let's get spicy tonight. So I've got this sitting in front of me. I'm going to crack it open at some point, but I don't know when. When do I do it? Do I do it now and potentially be just upset the rest of the night? Do I wait a little bit longer? Or maybe if it's a banger card, your boy tips everything over and we're running naked through the streets.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, how about this? Because I think people will kind of want to see what's in there. It's a $700 box of card. I can't even say box of cards. It's a box of card. Okay, one damn card in an entire box for $700. Totally crazy. We'll open it up right after the Giants pick. How does that sound?
Yeah, well, let's do
and
that.
I've seen YouTube videos of people opening up this box of card, and there are some phenomenal pulls that people get from this thing. So everyone that's in the chat, like you want to stay tuned.
But before we totally ignore the fact though, we're up to bathroom break number 2, right? I'm keeping track. Okay,
for who?
For me,
Chris Kennedy. And it's not just me; it's also in the chat. They're keeping track of bathroom breaks for Chris.
Wait, is it Anna that's like
no?
The one that started that?
It is not.
Okay.
I'm going to find out who it is though, because I'm going to shout their name out right here. Because they even commented bathroom break number 2, Brandon Hendershot. Atta baby Brandon. Actually, no, he wasn't even the first one. Charlie Pucker says bathroom break. So I mean, people are paying attention to your bladder, Chris.
So right now we're on bathroom break number 2. We're currently about to dive into drink number 5.
Wow.
Well done.
So
He's 2 drinks away from just moving the whole stream to the bathroom.
Ye have little faith.
This thing only holds 2.5, so I mean, I'm not quite there yet.
Are you setting a goal for we have light goals the entire stream. Kennedy, are you out there with a goal on your drink goal for the stream?
I feel like we should set an over-under for how many drinks I consume before the end of the stream.
Well, hang on. Let's go through this. We got a couple things to cover, but yes, we'll go ahead and do that here after the Giants selection. Kyle's going to get ready and get his plastic off, so we can see what a $700 box of cards. Evan Neal, offensive tackle going to the Giants. We talked about it earlier.
It was all smoke, baby.
Yeah.
Trench building.
And they did it, right? I mean, they drastically improved on both sides of the football early in the draft, and they made the smart pick, right? They didn't get flashy. They did what the smart thing was.
Yeah, I actually had the picks flip-flopped. I had the Giants taking Neal at 5 and Thibodeaux at 7.
Okay, now the Falcons are on the clock. We have a bunch of things to cover. We're going to open up a box of Panini one card, $700, totally insane. 2, we're going to set an over-under for Chris Kennedy's drink consumption during this live stream. And 3, we kind of have a pretty big announcement about the draft guide. So we're going to get into that real quick. Let's start it off, though, with a $700 box of card.
I feel like I need to open it away from me.
Yeah, open it away from you. And then you can just look at my facial expression. Hang on.
I don't feel like I want to. I'm going to give it a quick
No.
I just want to see if it's a redemption or not.
No, I will tell you.
No, you can't peek.
Tell me. I want to see it myself.
Let me peek.
Let me get your camera.
Let me peek.
It's a redemption.
It is?
It's a redemption.
Is it really? That's good, though. If it's a redemption, it's good. If it's a redemption, it's good.
If it's a redemption...
Well, I guess it might not be if it's a redemption, but typically redemptions are good.
So if you don't know what a redemption is, it's basically not a card in this box. And I'm not going to spoil it because it's going to tell you what card you're getting. And typically, I'm not the card expert, but the ones in the room can correct me if I'm wrong. That basically means that they've sent the cards off to be signed by the player and have probably yet to return them. They don't have them back yet, but you're basically being given this card. We've watched some videos on this, and we've seen a lot of Jamar Chase.
We saw the Dalvin Cook one-of-one redemption.
We saw a one-of-one Dalvin Cook. So what card are you getting as a redemption, Kyle?
It's upside down. Okay, hold on.
Do it.
Ooh, Derrick Henry.
Okay.
What is this?
Okay.
A quad patch autograph gold 64 Derrick Henry.
Wow.
Quad patch?
Ooh, a quad
patch.
A quad patch gold, which means that might be numbered to 5, if I remember correctly.
I have no idea how to find that out.
Ooh, hold on a second here.
I'm not card savvy enough. Give it a Google, Kyle.
I'm going to give it a Google right here.
I find it very interesting that Kyle has a $1,000 laptop next to him and he continues to use the little screen on his cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here real quick.
I mean, my entire house power consumption right now is at a max, and you requested the laptop. You better use the damn thing.
Yeah.
Quad,
Jake's house might run out of electricity.
It
soon.
might.
Quad patch,
Yeah.
autograph.
Brandon Hendershot said he thought the golds were only one of ones. But
Your boy's gonna go crazy. The gold refractor or something, I thought it was. Okay, hold on. Gold.
I mean, if that's a Derrick Henry 1 of 1.
Derrick Henry quad patch
Ooh.
autograph gold. 2021 Panini 1.
That's something that Casey would pull in a break.
Tyler, it's close, Tyler. We got extension cords, my friend.
All right, let's see if I can find the gold here real quick.
Still waiting on the Falcons pick. Haven't missed anything in the draft. While he's Googling that, sounds like he knows solar or has it. I do have solar.
Ooh, gold is numbered to 10. So this is
awesome.
numbered to 10. Quad patch autograph gold Derrick Henry is what it is.
And if you want to know what it looks like,
I'll take that.
Yep. If you want to know what it looks like, I'm sure once you actually get the redemption back, Headliner Breaks is where he's going to have a video showing everybody there. So make sure you subscribe over there as well. The Falcons pick is in. Before we hear from Roger Goodell and who they take, we're setting an over-under on drink consumption. Now, not power. We're talking about drinks for Chris Kennedy.
Mhm.
Somebody
Yep.
earlier said they wanted to set the line at 10. Does anybody want to change the over-under? You already have what, 3?
We're
5.
no, we're already halfway there. We're
Okay.
currently on number 5.
Yeah, then we ain't doing it. We ain't setting it at 10. I'm gonna say,
Like 12 and a half feels much better.
how much do you have at your place?
I mean, I've got 3 more beers in front of me, but then I've got a bookshelf full
Okay,
of
so you
bourbon,
got
so
so you could exceed.
we're good.
I don't want to. Okay, so I'm gonna set the over/under at 16. Anybody?
Under.
You're gonna go under 16?
Yeah.
Well, you got to set like 15 and a half.
Okay, well yeah,
Yeah.
15 and a half.
it's
But
got to
who's
be
gonna,
it got to be a half number.
who's gonna verify that it's actually gone though? Like he could just keep pounding through
I can turn it over, but
them. That's okay. Okay, so we're gonna set at 15 and a half over/under, and now the Falcons pick is in. And they have selected wide receiver Drake
Wow.
London.
Wow, there
Wow.
it is.
Drake,
Charles, you remember when I told you that Drake London was going to be the first receiver off the board?
Suck
Yes,
it,
you
London
did.
haters.
yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
There are a lot of Drake London haters out there. A lot of
Tons.
people. And they all have the same hashtag half-ass opinion when they're doing it. He can't separate. He's not fast. But then you watch tape, and the guy does just fine. Is he going to be the greatest wide receiver of all time? No. Should he have been drafted by the
fine.
Falcons? I don't know. I don't know if that's where I would
Yeah.
have gone personally. But we know they need weapons, right? Calvin Ridley not going to be there now. They have Kyle Pitts, and then they got Kyle Pitts. So they needed somebody else. They got Drake London now with Marcus Mariota under center. I don't hate it. I just don't know if I love it. I think this makes more sense for future years once you have Ridley back. I think once you have Ridley back and then you pair him with Drake London and Kyle Pitts, I like it a lot more.
Yeah, and they just have so many needs. They could have gone defense if they really wanted to, like Jermaine Johnson. I think receiver here, whether it was Drake London or Garrett Wilson, I think that's kind of the direction you have to go, especially where you don't have Calvin Ridley this year. You need someone that's going to be able to help out and free up Kyle Pitts so he's not double teamed on every play.
And I like it because now you got the supreme mismatch with Kyle Pitts. You got Drake London. You're going to be extremely difficult in the red zone eventually once you get that run game as well.
Yeah.
And when, like you said, Calvin Ridley comes back, this gives you your speed with Ridley, your speed with Pitts. And now they're comping him to Vincent Jackson. I had him as a Mike Evans. I think he's a slower Mike Evans, that he's going to be able to command the field and do extremely well at it. I think, giving Mariota, I'm still a Mariota fan. I think you give him very tall, capable wide receivers like Kyle Pitts and Drake London, who are great in contested catches. This is going to bode well for them to at least compete. Are they going to win? Likely not, but at least they'll compete now with these guys.
And you said slower Mike Evans, and I've seen a lot of people saying Mike Evans. I think when you say slower Mike Evans, it does make a whole lot of sense. I just saw them say on the TV too, Vincent Jackson. I think Vincent Jackson is a really, really good comparison for him as well. But he's not going to be a burner. He's not going to, be the guy. But, Jake and I, on the way to pick up food earlier, we were talking about the wide receivers in this class. And it was like Drake London and Burks were like the two guys that really separated themselves as being those outside guys that can win on those balls up in the air, that can take on any cornerback. And that's what, all right, maybe I didn't say that entirely correctly, but, win on those balls in the air. And that's why I like Drake London so much, because he was a little bit different than Wilson, Olave, and these other guys that are going to be a little bit more of those finesse guys with the moves and the speed.
Yeah, because, you're double backing if you're picking an Olave or a Wilson. You're kind of getting a similar wide receiver that you have with Calvin Ridley once he returns. So, you're mixing it up a lot. And I think even without Calvin Ridley, I think that Kyle Pitts and Drake London could do a very formidable job in this offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so
mismatch-wise.
Question here, where, Atlanta's, they made their pick. Now that we're thinking about Seattle, Stingley and Gardner are both off the board. I had Seattle going with quarterback. Where do they go now here at number 9?
It's a tough one for Seattle.
Do they go quarterback?
Would it surprise me if they went quarterback? No, because we know that they don't have their future quarterback. But which one would it be? I don't know. They're going to be in rebuild mode. Do you go with a Malik Willis and give yourself a year or so? You got Geno Smith, you got Drew Lock. You go out there, you're not going to win the division anyway. You rebuild, you give Malik Willis some time. You still have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett on the outside. So he's got potential weapons. Is that enough to keep DK Lockett in Seattle? The guy's going to be, he could up and leave after another year. Is that something that could potentially keep him there? Because, if they're not going to trade him, they don't want to just let him walk and get nothing for him. So I wouldn't be all surprised if it's a quarterback.
Yeah, if I'm DK, I've already kind of got one foot out the door anyway after, moving on from Russ. So I think if you're Seattle, you have to think about, okay, what's the next piece we need, to get this franchise going forward. And I think quarterback right now is probably the best way to do it. And again, as far as which one to go with, I think Malik Willis kind of, will help you sell tickets. I think somebody like a Kenny Pickett or a Sam Howell will help you win games sooner rather than later.
Right.
If I'm looking at the speed that Lockett, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If I'm going to speed of DK and Tyler Lockett on the field, you need that guy that can chuck the ball 70 yards down the field. Malik is that guy. It would be like Michael Vick-esque, Lamar Jackson-esque, how they can just chuck that ball down the field, have the mobility. Yes, you're likely a year or two away from doing anything very special in Seattle, but if I'm Seattle and you're looking for that next coming, why not take your shot with Malik Willis?
I don't hate it. Don't you think?
Well, the other thing is this is the cheapest you're going to be able to get the best quarterback in the draft. Most years you're not going to be able to just not do anything, sit at 9 and pick your number 1 quarterback in a draft. If they have a high grade on Willis, or at least think he's worth a first round pick, or think he could become a franchise quarterback, it's not going to get cheaper to get one than it is right now. And then you have Willis, you can use all those draft picks you got from Denver to then build around. And that's what they did with Russell Wilson. They had a guy on a rookie deal that was not making a ton of money. You're not going to find a franchise quarterback that's going to make less money than Malik Willis, most likely, that has, true, Super Bowl level potential. I'm not saying he's a Super Bowl quarterback this year, but within his rookie year, rookie contract. And then you take the assets that you gain from not paying a quarterback that much, and you build up a huge defense, you build up an offensive line, you build up a run game, and you do what they did the last time they won a Super Bowl and were competing with Super Bowls consistently. You build around that rookie contract, and I think that makes the most sense.
Well, the pick is in. They should be announcing it here any second.
Yeah, because if you want a top quarterback from next year's class, I mean, Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, they're most likely going to be gone in the top 3-4 picks of next season.
Correct.
If not the top
1,
two.
2.
1 and 2, exactly. It depends on who has the picks right. Yep.
Pete should
I
shore up that
To
offensive
me,
line.
I don't think it matters next year.
I mean, the
With
offensive
those two
line
guys
is a huge hole, too.
specifically.
Yeah.
I don't think that it matters. I think that even if the team that is 1-2 don't need quarterbacks, somebody is going to trade the farm to get up to that level.
True.
Hopefully not my Steelers, but if they have
Oh, yeah,
to,
they're
I'll
gonna
take it.
trade
No,
up and
because
take-
your Steelers are going to take a quarterback this year. So
This year, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're
No.
waiting.
I know it's going to happen though. Just
happen.
embrace it.
It's gonna
If we
happen.
It's
end
like
up with
the
baby
Lions
hands
taking
Pickett,
a tight end. It's going to happen.
Stop
we
it,
end up with
Chris.
Baby hands Pickett.
All right, well, if the pick is in, as soon as the pick is in, we'll discuss it real quick, and then we'll make a big announcement about the draft guide, too. So make sure you hang tight here for a second. Getting close to, where are we at for likes? Taylor, we getting close to the next one?
We're at 338.
338. Next draft guide giveaways are at 400. The pick is in. Let's find out who's going to Seattle.
Gotta be quarterback. What else?
I mean,
Defense,
DB, maybe a McDuffie.
nope.
maybe edge rusher.
They took offensive
Charles
tackle
Cross.
Charles Cross.
Cross. Ooh,
Going
That makes
I love the
sense.
player. I don't like the situation.
correct.
I think what it is right now they're like, you know what? We don't love anybody that's out there. There's nobody that's an absolute game changer in 2022. And if we're going to try to attempt to rebuild, we're going to have to get a new quarterback at some point, but we got to make sure we protect the guy. Going Charles Cross, it's another one of those things that I think they're playing like the long game, which is a little bit kind of puzzling for Seattle because they went from being a borderline contender with Russell Wilson to now in full rebuild mode almost. But hey, it's going to give whoever plays quarterback maybe a half a second longer to try to find DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
This is one of those situations where it's the not sexy pick, right? I mean, this is one of the things where the offensive line in Seattle for the longest time has been an issue. I mean, it feels like every single year we've talked about the offensive line in Seattle and about how they can't protect Russ Wilson and how they, are letting him get hit too much and things of that nature. Now, obviously, he's gone. They've got Drew Lock there for right now, but part of the thing is if Seattle looks at their division, sees how tough it's going to be this year, get your offensive tackle now that can grow for a year, and then next year, now you get your game-changing quarterback, and you've got a guy in place to help right away instead of, Malik Willis. If you're trying to put him out there, honestly, for whoever drafts Malik Willis, unless maybe it's Pittsburgh now at this point, I felt like he was going to get shoved out there a little bit too early, and I feel like the same thing would have happened in Seattle. You don't have what you need to protect him, and now you do.
Yeah. It's a smart pick, right? It's not a flashy pick. The fans aren't going to love it, but I think in the long run, it makes sense. I mean, we can't hate it. It's just not. I mean, this is a fantasy football channel for the most part. We all look at offense. We all want the sexiness too. I mean, look at us. We're just full of sexiness. Okay. I mean, that is what we do, and it's not a sexy pick, but it could lead to sexy picks later on in the future. So even though it doesn't really help a whole lot in 2022, it could really give us some better options moving forward.
It's kind of a foreshadow how I see with Cross now because Seattle's basically saying outside of trading for Baker and maybe that increases 3, 4, 5 wins. I mean, they're basically saying we're going to be a bottom feeder team now for next year, and they're going to go for the draft hoping to be one of those top 5 contenders for Stroud or Bryce Young. But I mean, we'll see how it goes. I think it's a good move. I mean, cheap O-lineman that can play lights out football. I mean, ask the Indianapolis Colts how that works out for them.
100%. Now we have the Jets on the clock. Before we do, quick announcement, and I want to make sure I did this in the front half of the draft. So what are we at? Pick 10 now. We've been talking about the draft guide. We've been giving away every 100 likes. A lot of people are pumped up about the draft guide. It's been something that every year I believe has brought a lot of success to a lot of people. Well, we've talked to Prize Picks, and they've decided to kind of sponsor the draft guide a little bit here this year. So this is what we're going to do. maybe you've heard of Prize Picks, maybe you haven't. If you watched our shows last year, you know what I'm talking about. And I wish I could go back in time, but this is like a now moving forward sale brought to you by Prize Picks. If you sign up for a new account on Prize Picks, the app, make that initial $20 deposit. This is what's going to happen. They're going to match your deposit up to $100. And from now on, from this day going forward, you're also going to get a free draft guide. So you make a $20 deposit on Prize Picks, you get to make some over-under bets. You maybe win some money. We'll give you picks all off-season, all regular season, and then they'll match your deposit. As long as your deposit's under $100, they're going to match it 100%, and you get a free draft guide. Free draft guide if that's what you're looking for. So make sure you head over to Prize Picks, download the app, use that promo code Headliners when you do so. We'll match that deposit and get you a free draft guide. So make sure if you're looking for one, now is the time to do it because you're getting a lot more bang for your buck going forward from what's the date to the 28th, from the 28th on. So get yours now while you can.
And also, if you like winning free money, Prize Picks is the way to go.
100%. I know Chris Kennedy over there winning some money on Prize Picks.
$100K plus this guy over here.
What?
I got a couple dollars, couple doll hairs. Yeah.
Doll hairs?
What?
You've won a couple doll hairs?
Yeah,
That's
a few.
awkward.
Couple $100K doll hairs over there.
That's what we do here. All right, the pick is in.
All right, so let's move on to football here. The Jets, they've got to go receiver, right?
Here they go.
They have to. They have to.
Yeah. And I thought Garrett Wilson was going to go before Drake
Garrett
London.
Wilson.
And there it is. Garrett Wilson is now going to the Jets.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson.
I love that pick for them.
What a pick for the Jets. How can you not be a Jets fan? And I'm a Bills fan, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
You got to love how the Jets are building, man. I mean, this whole team overall offensively is if Zach Wilson can be what we think he can be, good Lord, man, those last 5 games, his progression was so good. And Garrett Wilson he's got that alpha appeal to him, man. Sorry there, Corey Davis, but Garrett Wilson's coming for you.
Yeah,
bud.
I mean.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah, exactly. We love Elijah Moore. I know we got some Elijah Moore fans in the house. And now you pair him up with Garrett Wilson. You mentioned Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios in the mix. We know the lone boner over here loves himself some Michael Carter in that backfield. I mean, all of a sudden, we're talking about sexiness a lot, but now the Jets are starting to turn the corner a little bit. Is that gonna translate to 10+ wins? It's still the Jets. Let's not get overly excited, but all of a sudden the Jets are just making the right moves to get better slowly, right? And they're making the right decisions. They're getting good football players, and if they can stay healthy, they could be a team that could be fun to watch in the next few years.
This feels like the Bengals to me. And I'm not saying the New York Jets are going to the Super Bowl by any means this year, but this feels like that type of Bengals rebuild that we saw where they're focusing on key free agents to really help out on either side of the ball, trying to reconstruct that defense a little bit, and then adding those weapons, focusing on the weapons to give their young quarterback an opportunity to be even more successful. So that's what this kind of feels like to me with Wilson here. I talked about Wilson a little bit, and I did think that the Jets were going to end up going wide receiver here in the first round. The thing for me is, who's going to end up playing the slot? Is it going to be Elijah Moore? Will we see Wilson in there? Is Corey Davis going to get some work? Are they just going to move everybody around? So for me, it's just about having, they're going to have a lot of explosiveness, but are they going to have a guy that's going to continually go down the field? And we've got to trade. Those Saints have now traded up in place of the Washington Commanders. I feel like this has to be Malik Willis.
It's got to be Malik Willis.
It's got to be Malik Willis.
Wow. It has to be a QB.
It's got to be.
Yep.
And is there a Q? I mean,
unless they're going wide receiver for this because they didn't jump. No, they're not. They didn't trade those 2 picks to go that. They got to.
Yeah,
it's got to be a wide
they got
receiver.
16 and 19.
That's right.
It's got to be. It's got to be a quarterback. It's got to be a quarterback. I mean, they realize that they're in some trouble. They don't have.
Stings a little bit as a Steelers fan. I'll be honest.
Why? Because they're going to take Malik Willis from you.
Well, I think if they take Willis, that hurts obviously. But I just think the Steelers defense is good enough that we're not really going to be. I don't think we're going to be up high enough in next year's draft because the defense is going to win us enough games for us to take Young or CJ Stroud. So That's where I get worried just from a Steelers fan. Like, am I really going to have to root for Mitchell Trubisky for multiple seasons?
Yes.
Like, that's going to hurt me
But
bad.
if you're gonna say his name, at least say it right. Damn.
Mitchy Biscuits.
I didn't give the guy the nickname for no one to use it. Come on.
What was Mitchy Biscuits?
Yeah.
Mitchy Biscuits.
Did you come up with that? I don't think you did.
I did.
You did.
No, that is 100% fact, sir.
I don't believe that.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know who else did then.
I'm
Give him
trying
the
to. I
receipt.
would like
What
to
the
know
trade
who
is.
didn't.
I'm not.
It was
seeing
on the
what trade
podcast,
is here.
episode 65, man. That was the first time it
Wow.
was used.
Episode 65.
Look it up.
Okay, now here's the
But I
thing.
do
We're
thi-
seeing in the chat, take Pickett, praying that they see Pickett as the next Drew Brees. What is it? Why can I not buy into Kenny Pickett? Why?
You know
Because he's
why?
got little hands, Jake.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
that-
I don't have.
A little
I don't have big hands, but that don't mean nothing, Ethan.
He has every intangible that you want as a starting quarterback in this league, though.
It was the one-hit wonder. I think that's probably got you spooked a little bit because his receiver Addison is such a baller too. Everyone's
True.
saying that Addison bailed him out on numerous occasions.
And when you watch
every
the
occasion.
film, you can see that the reason that he was.
You can, I get it,
I
but
mean, Addison was pulling away from people, and he's
He was.
making just prayer throws down the field, and his wide receivers are making him look so good. And I just don't know. Is he going to have that if he goes to New Orleans? Everybody wants to say, oh, yeah, Michael Thomas. Well, Slant Boy's only running 5-yard slants, okay? He's not running deep down the field, and that's even if he wants to play football this year. The last year and a half, he doesn't care about the Saints or football, so what makes us think that they're going to this year? Alvin Kamara has a pending assault charge. After Michael Thomas, what else do they have? We've been waiting on Traquan Smith for like a decade, it feels like, and that's
Yeah,
not
that's done.
happening. Well, you got Mark Ingram, who's like a hair under 40 years old. I mean, to me, it just doesn't seem like Kenny Pickett just doesn't thrill me there. I mean, either you go big and you go Malik Willis, or you don't go at all.
So here's the full details of the trade. The Saints are trading the 16th pick, a 3rd rounder, and a 4th rounder to Washington for the 11th. So they're still gonna.
have their second first.
Wow.
Amazing.
That is
So
amazing.
here's the thing. So now if you do go quarterback, whether it be Willis or Pickett, now you come back, you still can grab yourself potentially in Olave or in a Burks, and you're setting yourself up pretty nicely in New Orleans.
All of a sudden, that would make me feel slightly better. But I'm still Malik Willis over Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
I can't
if
hate
I
it.
was New Orleans, I mean, granted they're trading up because they're most likely getting a quarterback. I would have gone wide receiver and then focus on the offensive line, with what's available, maybe Trevor Penning. But yeah, at quarterback right now, it's got to be whatever quarterback they have highest on their list. And for me right now, I mean, best available, it's got to be Malik Willis, right?
I mean, this is a good time for the Saints to make this move. Get Malik Willis now. You've got Jameis Winston back. Let him take this year and let Willis sit behind him and work with him a little bit. Now, I don't know if you want Willis working with
Jameis Winston.
too much, but
You're going to teach him the best damn intercept ball you ever
Yes.
seen.
That's
But at
it.
least this gives them the room here to now not have to force Willis out there this year. I think this is
Right.
opportunity here where you can let him sit, and then next year we get to make that move where he gets to come in and be the starter next year. But give him that year to sit. Please do not try to force him out there.
Well, the pick is in. They knew where they were going to go once they got it. Real quick, though, before we get into this pick, Taylor, do you want to flash up on the screen? What is giveaway 3? What is the next item that we have to give? No, you're not setting the goal.
I don't want to.
Kyle has been banned from setting goals.
I don't want to. I'll set membership goals. I'm good at that.
Okay, yeah, you're good at that one. We'll let you do that one. All right, Taylor, what is the next item we have as a giveaway?
Got that Justin Jefferson jersey.
Oh, boy.
Oh, JJ.
We have a signed Justin Jefferson LSU jersey. Now, this thing is sick. I love me some Justin. I got his jersey hanging right there behind Kyle. Love me some Justin Jefferson. So I know there's going to be some people that want this one. You definitely got to have that free account signed up at Pristine Auction. And after we find out what this pick is for the Saints, I'll let somebody not named Kyle make the goal. Okay? Kyle would be in here just giving
let's
everything
go
away.
500 likes.
He didn't say who was going to make the goal,
Yeah.
Chris.
Listen,
Yeah, which is why I stepped in and I said
just
it.
because you now have a drink counter above your name, which is amazing, by the way. Taylor has added that drink counter. we got Goodell coming out to make the pick. We'll announce it here, and then we'll set the goal. We will set the goal or give the incentive to win. That's a big one. Assign Justin Jefferson LSU jersey.
That's amazing. That's a great prize.
Jeez.
Did you cheat?
I didn't mean to. People on Twitter being stupid.
I did too. I'm
Don't
sorry.
say a word. I have no idea.
I will not.
They traded up to get
It's a banger.
And they didn't necessarily have to do it to get this person.
Chris, shut it.
Shut up, Chris.
Watch your tongue, sir.
Dang it, Chris.
Even Goodell doesn't want to say what it is. He's like, holy, they did this?
Are you for real?
The Saints have taken
Real.
not Tony Gonzalez. Come on. Let's be honest. Let's just spit it out.
Martin Gramatica.
Martin Gramatica.
Why is he announcing the Saints pick?
And why is Austin Eckler out there?
Is that really Austin Eckler, though?
Yeah, it's for
There's
sure.
some
That's
confusion
Oh,
out
it
here.
is Austin Eckler.
What is going on over
Why is
here?
he there?
I'm not going to lie. I thought it was one of the barbers for a second.
What are they doing there for the Saints pick? I mean, I guess we could be listening and actually finding out, but that would be no fun.
Maybe these guys are from New Orleans.
That's not even Austin Eckler. That's a Make-A-Wish kid, too.
Oh, now, see, it's not just me, it's the doc.
That's not okay.
Wow.
Usually,
Ban this
We were
man.
literally making fun of an actual Make-A-Wish kid.
we didn't
And now
know
that's
any
too
better.
far?
And we didn't really make fun of him.
No.
We just said, who's this hype man? Because
You just crossed the line.
Okay.
Wow.
I have also seen,
Wow.
there's also a trade that
How
has
long
happened.
does it take to announce a pick?
What's
And
the
the
trade?
trade is the Lions, apparently.
Yes, the Vikings have traded with the Lions, and the Lions are now on the clock for the number 12.
Oh,
Wow.
baby, let's go. What do we got?
Uh-oh.
It's got to
That's
be.
gotta
We're
be
going
Malik.
wide receiver here.
You can't say.
could
We
be
already know that
Jamison
you
Williams.
know.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, boy.
I was talking about Detroit going wide
Oh,
receiver.
right.
Like, why would they be trading up? Oh, my God. Did they trade up for Malik Willis?
They might be doing it.
If they did, are we still right? Because we called Malik Willis that too
Yes.
a long time ago.
We're still right.
Lions,
still right,
Lions have
okay.
to be trading up for a quarterback, yeah.
Oh, my God. Detroit, are they going to walk out of this draft? I don't even care about the Saints anymore. Just make it.
Imagine if Detroit walks out with Hutchinson and Willis.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
baby.
Woo.
What did the Lions
pick.
get? I'm scared to go look.
So Chris Olave.
CO2, Chris Olave.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
this is a
I had
good
I had
get
the
for
Saints taking them in the
Saints,
16th.
but I don't think they needed to move up to do it.
No.
They didn't absolutely did not know.
Wasted trade.
They might have because Philly might have took him.
That's true. That's true.
I want the record to show that that my wide receiver rankings pre-draft have held,
Mhm.
and because I had all three of these guys going before Jamison Williams. I think teams are freaked out about this ACL thing. I'm just telling you,
Should I call your wife and tell her to bring you a cookie?
dude. She probably would.
Or how about one of those like scratch and sniff stickers that we used to
She
get in
probably
school?
would. No, but you can't. Here's the thing: you're paying these dudes millions of dollars, and as much as we want to pretend that we have ACL tears figured out, we don't. Like, there's a lot of risk with taking a guy that tore his ACL 2 months ago. Ask the Washington Commanders now how Bryce
Commies.
Love turned out for them.
Mhm.
Okay, you can't just assume that these guys will just magically be healthy 9 months from now. And so if you're making these decisions and you have Jameson Williams and Chris Olave as pretty close to the same level of prospect, you're doing yourself a disservice by going with Jameson Williams, who likely won't even get to play with you. Play with you. Oh, wow.
All right, so
Play
here's
for
the
you in year one. There's a good chance that Williams is going to have to take a year off. So I'm just saying, I think that we're going to see this play out, and some of that has to be with the ACL.
So here's the trade. The Vikings are trading pick 12 and pick 46 to the Lions for pick 32, 34, and 66. So it's either got to be Malik Willis or it's got to be Jameson Williams here. It's got to be one of these two guys.
And I mean, if we're talking Chris Olave before this pick comes in, Chris Olave is one of my favorites in this entire draft class.
Agreed.
He does everything so well. The nose for the end zone, the route run, the speed, the burst. He's one of my favorites. I said how many times in our scouting report videos on Headliner U, go check that out. But I mean, he is the safest wide receiver in this draft class based on what
Easy for you to say, Chouse.
I don't think somebody like a Jameson or a Garrett Wilson, but I think he is going to be awesome. Did I cut out?
Yeah, I agree
You
with
cut
you,
out, but
Josh.
it caught up for you, and you sped talked for about 20 seconds. Sped talked?
Sorry about that.
We'll go
It's
with
like
it.
the podcast. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Chouse. I think that Olave has the profile of the guys that have come out and been instantly an impact player. He has the route running skill, probably the
you see
most
it?
polished, just pure route runner in the class.
Will I be happy with it?
Um,
No,
Jake's
I'm
on
sitting
pick.
here looking at our stream, like looking through, and it just popped on my screen, so I know who the Lions are
What?
taking. So I didn't want to know, but I prematurely know. Not
Yeah,
the first time.
I
something
know
premature
too.
has happened.
I know too. Yeah.
All right, so am I going to be happy or upset about this?
I don't think you'll be upset.
Well, the Eagles are now going to pick at 13, so they
Yep.
just made a trade.
We Sports, appreciate you, my friend out there. Says Lions offensive line
That's
here.
Wiz Sports.
Wiz Sports.
It's Troy.
Wii Sports.
I know, but why you gotta throw the guy's name out there like that? He did. If he wanted everybody to know his name was Troy, he'd have his name as Troy.
I just want to make sure you knew who it was.
Of course
you yelled
I
at
do.
me earlier for saying a name
Dude,
wrong.
everybody's cutting
Well,
up right
shit.
now.
Guys, there's so many trades that are happening right now.
So another trade coming through. I don't want to look at my phone right now because I don't want to see the Lions pick.
Well, the Eagles just traded up to the
We are. Are we muted? Can anybody hear us?
Can you hear us? Give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear us.
Anybody? Are we back? Kings fan Sneak says yes.
Yeah, back. Okay. There we go. Yes.
Are we still here? Are we
Oh,
still
yeah.
here?
Yes, there we go. All right. Let's go, baby. Hey, for everyone that's still out there watching, okay, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for staying as we got through all the technical issues. Those things happen. Obviously, Jameson Williams just went off the board to Detroit. The Eagles have traded up to the 13th overall pick. The Texans traded back. They're getting the 15th overall pick, a 4th rounder this year, and then 2 5th-rounders this year as well. So that trade being made, that pick is going to be coming in here in just a second. Number one, can I tell you all that for all of you saying, blaming me in the chat for it breaking because of the Lions pick, that's not true, okay? I did not break the internet. Jameson Williams, though, love it. Love it for Detroit. Very excited for it. They get that alpha wide receiver on the other side. That's great for, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. They're giving weapons to their quarterback. Thought maybe it was going to end up being Willis, but hey, there we go. He's got, I mean, Goff's got weapons now at this point. Willis, I mean, he's going to end up going later on now. Who knows what the Eagles are going to do here. But as a Detroit fan, I think they've absolutely knocked this first round out of the park. Woo! I love it. I love what we're looking at right now.
Okay, so now that we have the Eagles, the pick is in. Before we hear about it, obviously you can see on the screen that we no longer have Chris, or the Duck. Whether we get them back or not is a complete up in the air.
We're working on it.
We'll see what we can do, but no idea. The Wi-Fi decided to go out at the exact wrong time. Such is life, and when you're dealing with electrical components. But hey, we appreciate you guys sticking around. Just like we said, 110 of you still watching. Thank you so much. If you could do us a favor, thank you so much. Hit that like button if you can to help bring some of the other people back, because we lost a lot of people during that. We still got plenty of things to give away, though.
All right, let's see who Philly goes with here.
Waiting for it. Appreciate you, skeptic.
Mon-O wants us to do a giveaway while everyone's going. Oh, wait, that's Brad. Brad Booth.
Yeah, Brad's like, do it now. Come on, Brad. All right, so the Eagles will select. Waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Waiting.
Talking.
Come on, Roger. Jordan Davis. Wow.
The behemoth of a man up front, defensive tackle, Jordan Davis out of Georgia, now a Philadelphia Eagle. Surprising? Kind of, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe a little surprising. I know some people said they still wanted a wide receiver here, but maybe the wide receivers that they wanted just, maybe that trade up from the Saints, grabbing Olave, just kind of changed everything around.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess that they're going they're going with a defensive tackle here with Jameson Williams. Wrong person. I'm still on the Detroit trade.
He's so excited. I was like, I don't care about anything other than what's happened.
But, I mean, Jordan Davis is going to be a guy, and I was talking about Jermaine Johnson there, but Jordan Davis is going to be a guy that he's going to be able to get after the quarterback. He's going to stuff the middle, and he's going to do a little bit of everything. People were really knocking him down pre-draft, saying, well, this isn't a guy that's going to play all 3 downs, and he's a guy that's going to have to come off the field. That's not true. I mean, Jordan Davis can get through the line and get after the quarterback, and he's got the speed and the acceleration to go sideline to sideline. He can track down the running back out of the backfield. He can do a whole lot of things very, very well. Jermaine Johnson being a little bit more of a true pass rusher, though, felt like they might have needed that a little bit more. So to see them go Jordan Davis here, especially to trade up in front of Baltimore, probably thinking Baltimore was going to go there. But Jordan Davis, I mean, he's a freak. He's going to be very, very, very good. And I mean, he's going to be a fantastic ball player. I cannot see all of the issues that people have had with him pre-draft. It just doesn't make sense, though.
He is a big man.
He's a huge man. Well, technically, he's probably still a kid compared to us.
That's exactly right. Oh, he's feeling it, too. He's feeling it coming across the stage. Ravens already have the pick in. Wait and see what they do here in just a second.
They're going to draft Willis to replace Lamar Jackson. They're not going to.
Oh, yeah, that makes total sense. Total sense.
All right, let me see here. Now that I feel like I can go back to Twitter. Oh, somebody else ruined it again. I can't be on Twitter tonight.
You can't be on Twitter tonight.
I can't do it.
A lot of talk on the Lions. Thoughts on the Vikings' end of the trade, considering the new regime here? The Vikings' end of the trade. Oh, the Vikings' end of the trade after the trade with Detroit. I mean, I don't think the Vikings are in a bad spot overall, really. I mean, they need help in the secondary because Patrick Peterson is not what he used to be. But with the top pieces in the secondary really off the board, did they want to reach for somebody a little bit? No, not so much. So they didn't overdraft somebody too early. I mean, they're not a team that's very many pieces away. I mean, they still have a lot of good talent in Minnesota, and they just need to continue to build out more depth. So, I mean, I think trading back like that, not entirely a bad thing for them.
Yeah, and I think that's what you said right there. Probably their top picks were already off the board. And when they look at it and they say, hey, we can get, now they've got another first round pick at the end of the first. They've got that early second round pick now. It's just for them looking at that, they get to move back, they get to pick up, and they've got a few spots that they need to fill anyway. They've probably got several guys that have early second round grades, late first round grades. And because of that, they're like, we might as well just be able to pick up a couple of those guys instead of trying to maybe overdraft somebody here. So I think for the Vikings, that's great. I'm very surprised that the Vikings made the deal with Detroit, though, knowing that they're going to have to face this guy in season. As far as I'm seeing a lot of comments going through right now about Jared Goff. Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, with players around him. So is Jared Goff the guy by any means? Absolutely not. He is not a guy that is going to be out of this world game changer. He's not going to put up, but he is a guy that can control the game. He can do what they want to, and it is clear Detroit at this point has made a decision that they are going to continue to roll with Jared Goff at quarterback. If they were going to replace him, I truly believe they would have tried to do it this year. Now, if everything implodes next year and they end up finishing with a high pick again, then they can take those 2 firsts from next year and potentially move them and trade up and get their quarterback of the future next year. But I like these moves for Detroit here. Ben Spate dropping a 5-bomb in the super chat. Not happy with that picks. Eagles have much greater needs. 3 a.m. now. Bedtime for me. It disappeared on me. Hold on a second.
I'm going back right there.
Thanks for putting the show on. Hoping for a wide receiver next. Ben, you got it. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. Get some sleep, my man. James McIntosh with a 5-bomb. Lions fan with a full chub right now. James, that's why I'm standing behind the podium and haven't come out yet. I don't want anyone to see.
That's right. 100%.
The Lions. Sean, I never said who said the, okay. Can someone tell me who said the Lions were going to the Super Bowl? Because I never said it, did I? I said Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl with the Rams. I never said the Lions were going to the Super Bowl. So, Sean, I think it's you that's a little too much of that.
Sean needs to pass it.
Sean needs to pass it, not me.
I got you. Okay, cool. So here we go. Ravens pick is in. Should be hearing about that here shortly, even though there's a spoiler out there. But we'll find out here in just a second. Everybody will know who is going to Baltimore, and it's Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. And is this almost best case scenario for the? I mean, I don't know if they really expected him to be there.
Probably not.
And when they saw that he was still sitting there, this is like a gift wrapped present for the Baltimore Ravens. Kyle Hamilton, I love this kid out of Notre Dame. In my opinion, like a true leader on the defensive side of the. And now you go to a team that is kind of known over the past years for defense and having that type of identity. I think he's a perfect get for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle Hamilton was my number 1 overall player in this draft. He just does so much on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, really, I kind of had him mocked. I had him mocked in a couple of different places, just because he can do so many things.
We have a trade.
What's the trade? Let's hear it.
The Ravens are trading former first-round wide receiver pick Marquise Hollywood Brown to the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow.
To be reunited with Kyler Murray in Arizona. So Arizona is trading the number 23 overall pick to the Ravens for number 100 overall, and Marquise Hollywood Brown going to Arizona. As an Arizona fan, I think I like it.
I do too.
I
love it for Kyler Murray.
I think I really like it. I don't love it for Lamar.
Well, here's the thing.
The dude didn't have weapons before. Now he's got
Burks.
Maybe. But why? Marquise Hollywood Brown, his best wide receiver over the past few years. I'm not forgetting about Mark Andrews, but he plays tight end, in case you didn't know. Now, all of a sudden, with him in Arizona, you got that field stretcher. And what the hell are you going to do with DeAndre Hopkins? Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins could be in line for 120-plus catches this year because of this, and I absolutely love it.
Well, it is
not DeAndre Hopkins, rest in peace, Ray. This is great for DeAndre Hopkins.
Absolutely. This is the role that Marquise Brown was born to fill in the NFL. He is not a wide receiver one, prototypical type of player. Now he goes to Arizona. He can be just that field stretcher. I mean, we're going to see him, instead of getting that volume that he got while he was in Baltimore, we're going to see him accelerate at more of that role like a Deshaun Jackson type of player, where he's going to have some big games, but really he's going to make some impacts outside of some of those numbers that we put up. But DeAndre Hopkins now is going to have a whole lot of room to run. Zach Ertz re-signing with Arizona for 3 years. I mean, he's going to have the middle of the field to just accelerate in. And now you can't stack the box and bring safety up as either, which is even better for now bringing back James Conner, because James Conner is going to have more room to run as well. So this is a really, really good trade, I think, as far as a fantasy football standpoint, I don't think Marquise Brown is a guy that I'll really invest in unless it's maybe like a wide receiver 5 guy that I can have on my bench, use like in really, really good matchups. But on the other side of it, it's now Rashad Bateman season over in Baltimore, which I like Bateman a lot. I don't think he was ever going to be the true number 1 with Marquise Brown being there, but I think now he's going to have that opportunity to really excel.
I love it. I mean, as an Arizona fan, I'm sitting here and I'm actually a little bit excited.
Yeah.
Was it a pick for a pick? Is that what
No, they also got the number 100 in exchange for the 23, I believe. So I mean, I love it. I love it for Arizona because they know that their window was closing as fast as it opened, and they needed more, and they just really upgraded Christian Kirk to Marquise Hollywood Brown. I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it, but now the Texans pick is in. Who is going to Texas? Oh, dear Lord. Kenyon Green.
Interior offensive lineman out of Texas A&M.
I mean, it's a safe pick.
I get it, but I don't know. I don't hate it. I guess I don't hate it. I mean, there is a hole. Houston is a big hole, right?
Yes.
They could have drafted anybody here, and it could be an upgrade for the most part on their roster. So I don't hate it. I don't necessarily love it either.
I mean, the good news about it is that this is good for Davis Mills. They have committed to Davis Mills to being their quarterback, and honestly, down the stretch, he played a lot better than I think any of us really could have imagined. But now they're going to give him some of that protection. And Kenyon Green, for a lot of people, was one of the, outside of Linderbaum at center, was one of the top offensive guards. So, I mean, it's not an overwhelming pick. Maybe they could have done something to make a little bit more of an impact. But, they stayed on the defensive side of the ball to start, and now they go back to the offensive side of the ball, which was really kind of what we've been talking about.
Love it. Going to try to get our boys back here on Zoom.
Someone asked about Rondale Moore, too, and we can talk about that a little bit. Rondale Moore, to me, is like perfect in the slot now. But I don't think... If they hadn't have re-signed Ertz, I would be really, really excited about Rondale Moore. And Jake, you can let me know your thoughts here as well. I'm not nearly as excited about him because I think him and Ertz are going to kind of take away from each other a little bit, and I think Ertz kind of has that leg up right now.
If this does anything to Rondale Moore, it hurts Rondale Moore a lot more than it's going to hurt DeAndre Hopkins. We have seen Cliff Kingsbury in Arizona kind of get the Andy Isabella, now the Rondale Moore, and they just don't know how to use him. He runs the air raid offense, which is a lot of crossing routes across the field, trying to get guys the ball in space, make big plays happen. You can do that with Marquise Brown. You have Zach Ertz already across the middle, and Rondale Moore kind of just turns into some kind of gimmicky player, which I love Rondale Moore. I wish he would get an opportunity, trust me. But I just don't see him being a guy that's going to go out there and really get a target share in this offense because it's all going to go towards Ertz, Hopkins, Marquise Hollywood Brown. I still like James Conner in the backfield, so if it hurts anybody, it's got to be Rondale Moore. Did I miss the Bateman assessment? Really, it was really quick. It was a quick one, but I mean, obviously the stock has to skyrocket as of right now. I mean, we're talking about a 1,000-yard receiver leaving an offense that really doesn't throw the ball that much. And now there's a huge hole there. You have to assume that Rashad Bateman fills the bulk of that. Do the Ravens add more pass catchers later in this draft? That's something else we're going to have to wait and see. Because right now, Rashad Bateman is in line for a huge target share.
Yeah, and the target share is the biggest thing for him right now. Andrews is kind of the unquestioned number one. But really, I mean, this for me, as far as the tight end whisperer goes, I like this for Mark Andrews because this is going to open up some more target potential from him. Because one thing I always kind of told everyone over the offseason was be careful on Mark Andrews come draft day. Not necessarily taking him as one of the top tight ends, but taking him too early in the draft overall. Because we had to remember that J.K. Dobbins and crew were coming back, and they were probably going to see some targets in the passing game that we really didn't see utilized last year. But now that Marquise Brown is gone, that is going to help Andrews kind of take back some of those targets that we would have seen gone to those running backs, and we'll have to keep an eye on it and see if they add another wide receiver. I think they will end up adding another wide receiver in this draft to grow alongside Bateman.
Love it. You can see on the screen now our boys are back. Chris, and the Doc are back with us after severe technical difficulties.
That's the most technically difficult I've ever seen you be.
I mean, I can't deny
What
that.
happened,
That's pretty difficult.
Jake? I have to know, were your kids using the Wi-Fi? Did you just like lock them in the basement or something? What happened?
They can attest. What happened? I have no idea. The internet just said peace. But the boys in the room can attest that I did yell out to my wife that everything Wi-Fi related in this house needs to be shut off now. And then
Everything.
And then
Everything.
mysteriously, about 10 minutes later, everything popped back in and has
Get it
worked
off.
fine ever since.
Somebody was upstairs playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Been mowing the grass.
Yeah.
Don't lie. We know it's you.
I
There
would
were a
like
lot
to
of-
update
there were a lot
everybody
of
real
theories
quick
on
on
what could
one
have
thing that
happened.
has happened, and that is the Derrick Henry card that we pulled out of Panini 1 earlier. I submitted the redemption for it already, and it is numbered to 5, not 10.
Boom.
Perfect.
Woo!
Perfect. Now,
Love that.
Rem, Chris, while we were gone, we haven't had you here for about 20 minutes. Do we need to update the drink count?
Yes, you do. Actually, I DM'd Taylor on Discord,
I missed it.
and it also needs to be updated since then. I'm currently on drink number 7,
Ooh.
3 bathroom breaks, to
Wow.
be fair. Okay.
Perfect.
right.
So the Commanders on the clock, their pick is in. They'll be picking here in just a second. I think because the people who have hung with us through the technical difficulties, I think they need to be rewarded with a giveaway.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
we could. How many likes do we have, Taylor?
We're sitting at 374.
Okay, wait a
Ooh.
second. Wait a second. Oh boy,
Another.
blockbuster trade happening right now.
Uh-oh.
Hang on a second. The
And
Titans.
the
Are-
pick is in.
Titans.
The Titans
A.J.
are
Brown!
trading A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
What?
A.J. Brown.
No!
And now the
Wow.
Commanders are selecting Jahan Dotson, wide
Dotson,
receiver out of Penn
wow.
State.
Whoa.
A.J. Brown to
Wow.
the Eagles. Do we
A.J.
have
Brown is
updates
now
on
an
the
Eagle.
trade.
I don't have the actual details yet. It's just the Titans
Wow.
are planning to trade wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Eagles. Sources tell ESPN. So it has
freaking
not
love
been
it here.
finalized, but it is.
It is definitely the 18th pick that they are getting. They are
Grown
getting the 18th pick
man.
for sure at this
I
point.
need a break.
Per Ian Rappaport, but he says there will be more.
Chris's
I
guy is gone.
hate this for
I
AJ
hate it
Brown.
for A.J. Brown.
I would-
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
Wow.
There's no way in
Oh my
anything
God.
fantasy football world that this is a good thing. Now, people are going to say, oh, well, whether you hate Jalen Hurts. No, I actually like Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is not a guy who's going to go throw the ball 600 times a year. And now we have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, because it's draft night and I'm feeling fancy right now. And then we
Goedert.
also, we still got so many other. What about Jalen Reagor? Does he ever catch a football again? I mean, there's just
Probably
so
not
many.
at this point.
At-
He wasn't catching footballs
Hey,
anyway.
they
but-
were bouncing off of his hands anyway, but it's just like, what the heck is going on? And what does
Whoa.
that say to Tennessee? So
They're
they brought
drafting a wide receiver.
they brought in Bobby Trees.
Yeah.
They must have some serious faith in Bobby Trees coming back and being 100% healthy in
Yeah.
order to do this. I don't understand it. I love it because it makes my blood boil a little bit. But that is
Or
The
do they
Eagles-
go for Treylon
Trees,
Burks here and get lucky with Burks and kind of replace the grown man? You know what I'm saying?
well. Here's the
First of
Chargers
all,
pick.
nobody replaced the grown man.
just
ever.
saying. Just saying.
Nobody.
Yep. So now the Chargers pick is in. After the Jahan Dotson pick to Washington, the Chargers are going with Zion Johnson
Johnson.
out of Boston.
I like that a
College.
lot.
I
I
like
like
it.
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Great,
it.
great pick.
I don't-
Great pick.
I don't like it.
You don't like
You
it?
don't
I don't like
Why?
it.
Love it.
I absolutely love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I love it because I had the Chargers mocked to take Zion Johnson.
Yes,
at
you
this pick,
did.
so I absolutely love it.
See,
Great pick.
I love it because,
Yeah.
like you just said, we talked about Justin Herbert. protect
Herbie.
Justin Herbert.
Yep.
We
Yep.
love Austin Eckler. Protecting Austin
Mm.
Eckler, giving him the opportunity to have more holes on an offensive line.
Yep.
The Chargers know that in this division, they have the pieces. Now they need to be a little bit smart and build the team,
True.
and they're doing it exactly right.
So the full trade is going to be A.J. Brown to the Eagles for the 18th overall pick and the Eagles' 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Picks 18
And
and
I will say this,
101 for
I don't
A.J.
love it for
Brown.
AJ Brown, but I like it for Jalen Hurts. It's going to help him
Yes.
get another weapon on offense, so it's certainly going to help him. It's just AJ Brown's not going to see the target share that he did in Tennessee.
He's
I'm
going to be an
assuming
80.
they're giving him a contract, right?
He's yeah.
Oh,
Have
you would think
have
so,
to.
yeah.
Have to.
You have
to,
to
yeah.
now. Have
Easily.
to now, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's going to be in that neighborhood of 80 to 100 targets.
Right.
I
But
mean-
he's not going to be like that 115, 120 plus mark, you know?
And
And the good thing about that is because you got Smith going outside, you can now put I want to see AJ more in the slide. That would actually help Hurts a lot more, and then productivity could work.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
don't.
dangerous.
I don't
AJ
hate
in
it.
the slot.
I don't hate. It makes them a better football team, right? They're better at football now. Fantasy football,
Yeah.
we kind of have a tendency to be a little bit biased toward because that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
But overall, it makes them a better football team. They can win more games now. It may not help us for fantasy, but it's still
Yeah.
solid.
Well, Charles, we talked about this back when this trade was made with Philadelphia and New Orleans, right?
Right.
And it was a conversation about giving Hurts the opportunity.
Anybody, let us know when you can actually see us again. And there's a lot of people typing I'm a headliner, so it said we only had 10 people left after the next fiasco. I still don't see.
Yeah, we're live. I can see us.
Are we? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Anna says we see you.
Yep.
Hey.
We there. We there, baby.
All right.
YouTube they're drunk. YouTube's drunk tonight.
Over. I got fiber optic internet. This is not like we don't have enough bandwidth over here. The fiber optic internet is hardwired to the computer. YouTube just screwing with us tonight. Okay, so once again, thank you for being patient. We've had a pick come in. Now all of a sudden Pittsburgh is on the clock. We'll discuss that here in a second. But I told everybody that hung with us through another shutdown by YouTube that I would give away the Justin Jefferson jersey to somebody who commented, I'm a headliner, and they stuck with us here through that. So I'm going to do that right now before it gets too late, and I'm going to pick randomly. Hold on. Going back up here to where we got a bunch of them right off the start. DeAnthony Green.
Woo!
Congratulations, you're getting a signed Justin Jefferson LSU jersey. Thank you very much for hanging with us through some difficulties here. I appreciate that. To everybody who stuck around, thank you very much. This is not a hardware issue. I think YouTube sees what Headliner Nation. Are we back? Are we back in time for the Steelers to make a pick? Does YouTube just
You are
absolutely
back.
hate us?
Joe D said you're back.
Why does
all
YouTube
good.
hate us? I'm going to start telling YouTube to suck it. Appreciate the patience. The Steelers pick is now in. We've lost all control of everything. I don't even know where we left off at this point. We gave DeAnthony the Justin Jefferson jersey, congratulated him, and then it shut down. So YouTube wanted that Justin Jefferson jersey. That's entirely possible. Kyle is melting on that table faster than we expected tonight.
I'm still going strong on pick 20, ladies and gentlemen.
And the pick 20 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. We will find out, is this the quarterback that we had anticipated?
Probably. I don't like it.
Oh, Master, he's already been spoiled. He's seen
No,
it.
I ain't see it.
Oh, you've seen it.
No, I didn't.
I see it.
It's not.
I see it.
Is it my boy?
I see it. I see it.
Come on, man. Should I say a prayer?
You need to.